I'm part of the Guru Arjan Dev Ji Gurdwara Committee, and I am gym in charge for the Ganj Gym. So that is actually my little setup there.
Nice. Okay, good, good. So tell me a bit about it. What's the goal of today? Why are you here today, and what are you hoping to get out of it?
So since I've been a committee member about a month ago, my goal is to actually increase sort of like female presence in the Gurdwara, particularly with like the new sort of, you know, the things that are happening quite recently in the news about some of the things that have happened to the females, Sikh females.
The attacks and some of the...
I feel really awkward about saying it because I just feel it's such a tragedy that's happened.
It's awful.
Yeah,
it's horrible, and
it's
it hurts. It hurts to see it. It hurts to talk about it.
Oh,
but
God, it does.
but I'm delighted to hear you being proactive and doing something about it.
Yeah, I want to. There's two areas actually I'm being really proactive with. We are looking at sort of like building physical sort of strength, confidence, bringing in self-defense classes for the children, for our Sangat, and also for the ladies. And also like we want to try and create a mental health initiative as well. So for our Sangat, because that's another area that's quite taboo. People don't like accepting that there is mental health issues, and we need that support in place too. So they're kind of the initiatives that I'm trying to introduce.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's much needed.
I know.
And I think you're a great role model. I hope everybody watching can give some positive energy, some comments, some thumbs ups.
Yeah, definitely.
And if they're from other cities, I mean, we've come from Leeds, and Pavita's from Bradford.
Lovely.
And you know, we'd love to take this back to Leeds and Bradford. And, you know, we'll be on the phone. How can we learn from what you're doing here? How can we take it to Leeds? Because everybody needs it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we've just started to introduce a ladies-only class on Saturdays from 12 till 2. So that's a big drive at the minute. And given what's happened recently with the attacks, I really feel like I want to help the females get over that nervousness and really become strong. Like I've got this theme of like becoming the Sikh female warriors that we are.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Listen. Well done. With regards to today, are you obviously you're promoting what you're doing? Are you recruiting, or are you trying to?
So
what's your? Yeah.
I'm a bit open to it actually. So it's open to memberships if anyone wants to join in. But yeah, I am looking actually at anyone who might want work experience. So anything in the field of social science. Is it social science? I think it might be.
Sounds right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it is. Like anyone who wants to do like PTing, because we've got that availability. We've got a wonderful gym that's like got all the decent equipment.
I'm gonna ask the question. Is it paid or is it seva, or is it?
Seva.
Yeah. So meaning free.
Yeah.
But you get experience, and
Absolutely.
it's good for the CV.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, I think it also builds like if you're doing an apprenticeship. Well, I don't know about apprenticeships actually, but you know your NVQs and sort of like courses that require that work experience. We want to be able to give that to them.
That's really interesting. Are you connected with any organisations that does that yet?
No,
okay.
This is something I will try and start doing.
So there's a friend of mine. I'm going to shout him out, Harj Danjal.
Okay.
He's from Derby. Yeah.
I know him, I think.
Do you know her? Blue Lion.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So he does that kind of apprenticeship schemes as well.
Right, I shall get in touch with him.
So if you know Harj, reach out to him.
If it's the one that I think used to be a DJ back
in
the day.
Yeah,
we know Harj Danjal. We know him. We go back way.
Yeah, really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, speak to Harj.
Brilliant.
If you get stuck trying to get in touch with him, I'll give you his number.
Fabulous.
And get connected. I'm sure if he can't help, he'll point you in the right direction.
Lovely. Love a good signpost. Love it.
Absolutely. So, okay, lovely speaking to you.
And you, thank you for your time.
If you've got anything else to do or share or say, come back and join us. But lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
That was really good. Yeah, it was. Yeah. We're live all the way through, so just come back. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, take care, Benji. Okay, we've got somebody else. Benji, just put the headphones on. Can you hear us? Okay, good. And what's your name, and are you here to look for a career, or are you part of an organization? Oh, just 1 minute. Let's just check your mics.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear you?
Yeah. My name is Gerling Gori, and I'm actually part of an organization called E.ON. We're an energy team, so energy business. And I'm a current degree apprentice working for them in the accountancy and tax field.
Fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you're living evidence of going to university, getting a career in a large organization, and you're here supporting the organization, exhibiting, recruiting more.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done.
Thank you.
Are you from Derby?
Yeah, I'm from Derby.
Okay, and how long have you been, when did you finish your degree and when did you start working?
So I actually didn't do a degree. I did my A-levels, and then after that I did get accepted into University of Nottingham for pharmacy. But after a month I kind of dropped out because I didn't feel like it was for me. So I took a gap year and worked part-time, and then I went into an apprenticeship with Eon. So I only started this year, September.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm doing it, yeah.
Fantastic. You know what? I think it's a great route because university is not for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think apprenticeships are really good as long as you get it with the right organization and you feel supported. And it sounds like you do. I can see from the smile on your face.
Yes. Yeah. Eon's a very supportive and it's a great company to work for. The culture is diverse, and we're looking for recruiting more diverse people as well. So anyone interested can definitely apply for apprenticeships.
Okay, that's huge. That is.
Yeah.
So anybody watching, anybody who wants an apprenticeship, anybody that wants to maybe not explore university, wants to go a different route, get in touch with Eon.
Yeah.
And I trust Eon is nationwide. You're in Derby, and the office is in Derby. So if you're in Derby, get in touch with Eon recruitment team. I'm sure you can just Google it.
Yeah, Eon earlier careers. Yeah.
Do you have any contact details?
It's mostly on the website. If you just
Sure.
search up Eon earlier careers, it will just be there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Brilliant. And anything else to share? What do you think of the atmosphere today? It's great, isn't it?
It's great. I'm so glad the whole community is coming together and supporting young students and their families as well, who may not be aware of different routes that they can take.
You know, it's so interesting. You said young students.
Yeah.
We did the same thing a couple of weeks back in Bradford, and there was a 40-year-old, and he was doing a change of career. So you're right. Majority of the time, we do think of youngsters coming from school, A-levels, or even university, looking for a career path. But sometimes people want to change your career.
Yeah.
This particular person his background was digital marketing, my world, and he moved to become a firefighter. So so it can be for elder people as well.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Listen, lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
I wish you continued success.
Thank you.
And again, I reach out to everybody who's watching, listening, and all of that good stuff even afterwards. If you're interested in a different opportunity than university, go via apprenticeships and Eon, just Google it, and hopefully you can find something that suits you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Having me.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Waheguru
Waheguru Ji
Ki
Ki Fateh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Singh. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Is that comfortable? Get comfortable with that first.
There you go.
Yes, on. Yeah, super. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru Ki
Fateh.
Fateh.
What's your name?
Lakveer.
Lakbir Singh, Rishpal Singh. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Tell me, in what capacity are you here today as?
So I'm here from the Sikhs in Law. I'm a solicitor in commercial dispute resolution.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's always work for you, isn't there?
Always. Yeah.
Good stuff. So listen, firstly, what an amazing turnout today.
Yeah, it's amazing.
This is the first time it's happened in Derby, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've attended anything like this, and to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to be as well attended. Not just from the professional side, but for the people that come in to see.
Attendees.
Attendees, yeah. So it's, amazing.
Are you from Derby?
No, I'm from Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Yeah, but
okay.
the firm I work for, one of our offices is based in Derby.
Okay, fantastic. So, great turnout. I believe it's the first time. We met Rajdeep, who's the organizer, a couple of weeks back in Bradford.
Okay.
And we're from Leeds. So he said, he liked what we were doing and wanted some support. We said if we were available, we'd be delighted to support. So hence we're here. I just think that there's lots of people, lots of Sangat that have arrived today to come and walk around for the right reasons. But we can give extra reach to everybody else that can't make it today. So people who are looking for either an organization that are looking to recruit or if you're looking for an opportunity. And I was just talking to Penji a second ago. She was saying that anyone who's young, who's come out of school or out of university looking for a job. And I says, well, not only. Because you could be 40 or more and you still want to change career.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's never too late to start what you want to do for the rest of your life. Never.
Agreed. So tell me, you're in dispute resolution. Tell me, what was your journey into where you are?
Yeah, so I started out, I actually wanted to be a doctor when I was going through my GCSEs, A-levels, only to find out that I was basically not smart enough to be a doctor.
I'm sure that wasn't the case, but anyway.
I think I was doing it just to impress my parents. But then one of my A-level tutors actually said to me, have you ever considered a career in law? Because you come across very persuasive. even in an argument, you make the other person think that you're right, even when you might be wrong. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. And that's it. I think one thing just led to another. I went to university, I got my degree, I got the work experience, and I did it in
Just jumping in there, which university did you go to?
I went to Staffordshire University. I did a law
and how
degree.
long? How was that? 3 years?
So
4
that's
years?
a 3-year law degree. Then you do. I did it in a more traditional way. So I then did the LPC, which is the legal practice course. That's 2 years, and then you need a work experience, a training contract. Initially, I went into commercial property because I wanted to do anything that didn't involve me going to a courtroom. I was just like, that's a bit too much for me.
Not your comfort zone.
No, but then I ended up in dispute resolution, which is what litigators go to courtrooms if you do advocacy.
If you can't sort it out amicably, then you have to go to court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I ended up in the area that I didn't want to be in. But I did my paralegaling is what you call. So you start off as like a paralegal. Did that in commercial property. Did my training contract, and I found my place in dispute resolution, and I thought, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, basically, and I love it.
Have you got any stories that you can share with us? Something that really stand out? Obviously, don't mention names naturally, but
nothing that comes to the top of my head. But what I will say is that if you are considering pursuing a career in law, you may not know what area it will be in, and you don't have to. I think it just finds you. But always do it with 100% passion. What I love about dispute resolution is the fact that I will meet people and I identify their problems, and I just think how can I find a solution to their problem, but in a way that it meets their needs. There is this thing where people think that lawyers just love to make money, so they'll ride out your case for as long as they can, but no, what I want to do is say, well, what does my client want? And has he thought about the issues? Has he thought about the problems? Does he know what it will mean for him to take this all the way to court? Is there another way we can solve this? And I think that's why I'm meant for dispute. So,
Well, thanks for sharing that. And I think you're right. I think there's either stigma or a misconception with regards to, all right, if we're going to go into dispute, we're going to court. Actually, that's not the case, is it?
No.
If we're going to court and get to an amicable position where both parties or all parties involved are happy. It is basically. I mean, whether you're a company or not,
it's a civil dispute, always think commercial. What is best for you long term? What's best for your, what puts you least out of pocket in the long term? And I think you'll be happy in the future.
100%. So for everybody watching, everybody listening, some quick tips. If they're looking to get into your career, what's your advice?
Just be the hardest worker in the room, because it is a great career to get into, and there is a lot of work, but it is also very competitive, because the people that are giving you the jobs, they want to know what makes you stand out, and it is not going to be your law degree. You will need to have some personal quality about you that makes you the right person for the job. So work on your
Thank you very much.
No worries,
Wish you continued success.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Enjoy the conversation. If you do bump into people on your travels as well, tell them to come over here.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Who's getting into a tangle there? Well, we've had some interesting conversations. It's time is flying. Just doing a time check. What is the time? 12 o'clock. It's been a great turnout. I'm seeing lots of faces here. I'm seeing lots of interesting businesses and organizations. We've got Midland Seva Group. We've got Mr. Singh's from Pizza. Hopefully he'll come over and speak to us as well. We've got a good variety of businesses. I'm just having a look. Adult nursing. We've got a law firm. Yeah, come join us.
Hi, Lex just called me over.
Of course. Put the headphones on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's all right.
Okay.
Can you hear me? You might need to make it a bit tight around the head. Bit. Are you in a comfortable place? Just from the ear. Pass them to me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Is that better? Can you hear me? They're not going to fall off.
No,
Here.
it's good.
Okay.
Thank
Grab
you.
that. What's your name?
Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi.
How are you?
Natasha. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
What do you do?
So I'm head of wills and probate in a law firm.
Okay, good stuff. How long have you? Tell me a bit about your career. How long have you been doing that?
So I've been doing probate for about 5 years now. I specialise in probate, so I deal with after death, so what happens and dealing with the estate and things.
Sure, fantastic. And tell me, for everybody watching, listening, just to get a bit of context and a bit of background, did you go the traditional route, A-levels, university, and then into...
Yes. So I did. Although when I was at university, everyone did say to me, being a brown Asian woman, you probably might not go into law. However...
Really?
Yes.
Where are you from, Derby?
So I'm from Derby, but I went to Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was basically one of the only brown women in my actual seminar classes.
Wow.
But I didn't let that limit me. I didn't let them limit in beliefs.
I'm surprised to hear that. I'm shocked to hear that.
No. So I'm a qualified solicitor now. So
well done.
Yeah, thank you. Limiting beliefs that they're not real.
Absolutely. So for everybody watching and listening, because there's lots of people here today as well, which you'll be speaking to, but beyond that, for the people that are listening and watching, that is so inspiring to say, don't worry about glass ceilings, don't worry about limiting beliefs.
Exactly.
Do what you're passionate about.
Exactly. Yeah. I could have just stopped there and then, but I knew that law was a passion for me.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. And what are you doing today? So you're a stand. Are you with Sikhs in Law, or are you in a different?
So we're representing Sikhs in Law.
Okay.
There's a lot of us. So we're from different law firms, different areas of law. So there's immigration lawyers, commercial litigation, as well as wills and probate.
Sure. Okay. and obviously the goal is to recruit or help anybody who's looking to get a profession in your field.
Exactly.
Tell them a bit more about that.
Exactly. I feel like I'm a motivational speaker today. I'm telling all these students, you can do it. You can become a solicitor. You can become a barrister.
Awesome. Good stuff. So go on. Give me 3 big plus points on why I should consider becoming a solicitor, barrister.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So I think the big one's helping. Helping our community is massive for me. And I think that's like my drive as well. I also think... oh gosh, put me on the spot.
That's fine, but you're right. Helping the community. I mean, deep down, it's about seva, isn't it?
Exactly.
And when someone's stuck, and you can unstick them, then you're just helping them navigate through their challenges.
Exactly.
And for a lot of people, even though in Barney we talk about death is the only truth.
Yep.
But in the reality of life is we get so caught up with everyday life, we don't talk about these things.
So true. And even if we're not in the wills and probate sector, we'd know someone who can help. It's literally who you know, not what you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So if there's some advice that you would give to somebody, I mean, I'm going to just reiterate what you've just said. It's not always about what you know, it's who you know.
Yes.
So even for people watching, people that haven't made it today, that didn't know about today, build your network. Talk to people.
110%.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, 110%. I feel like I'm only just learning that right now, but LinkedIn, grow your social media, and honestly, the path will open for you.
So give us your full LinkedIn profile, and then everybody can connect with you.
Oh, thank you. So my LinkedIn profile is Natasha Janagol.
Nice one. Okay, super. Mine's Rishpal Singh Sagu. My company's called BOXmedia.
Amazing.
So we should connect. And
Definitely.
anybody else that wants to connect through the videos and everything, or ask any questions about what you do, Natasha, they should reach out. Excuse my cough. They should reach out, leave some comments there.
Amazing.
But they should also connect with you on LinkedIn as well.
Yes, please do. Amazing.
Awesome.
I will
Lovely
definitely
speaking
connect
to
with you. Thank you so much.
Take care. You're welcome. Cheers. Well, that's fun. Yeah, we've got somebody else. Ajoji, come, grab a seat, put the headphones on. It's pretty non-stop, this is, yeah. You might need to make them a little bit bigger. Can you hear us? Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. What's your name and what do you do?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ka
Waheguru Ji
Fateh.
Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ka
My name is
Fateh.
Bhagwinder Singh and we do property investment.
Fantastic.
DFW Properties.
Are you from Derby? Are you from the area?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just going to do a technical check. Are we good with framing and everything? Framing's good. I can't hear you. Say that again. It's a bit what? It's a bit glare. Do you want to tweak? Is it the aperture needs dropping down? Just tweak it then. We'll just get some of these technical things sorted just to make sure you look nice and crystal.
Good. You want to catch my good side?
Absolutely. So while he's just sorting that out, are you from Derby?
I'm from Derby. I've been here 25 years.
Does that mean you're 25 years old?
No, no, I'm not gonna say how
I'm not
old
going to
I am.
disclose that.
We
Where's home? Where are you from originally?
So originally from Gravesend in Kent.
You've moved up in the world.
We set up in Derby as a business,
Okay,
and that brought Derby as home.
very good.
Derby became home.
And it's property investment, you said you do.
Yeah, so I'm here today.
Yeah.
Property investment.
Yeah.
I've got 3 businesses. We started with one, so we started off in retail. We own DFW Furniture and Flooring.
Wow, very
So
good.
we've got DFW Group now.
Okay.
Then we moved into property, with
Very
DFW
good.
Properties.
Brilliant.
We just launched DFW Construction as well, because we construct our own projects
Excellent.
to save on the costs.
So I'm going to break. So today you're a property investor. That's in the capacity you're here today. But I
Yeah.
just want a quick overview, because for people watching even online, they might think, I'd like to learn more or ask more questions.
Yeah.
So let's start with the retail. Where are you in the market? Are you budget, medium? Are you luxury?
I would say we're sort of medium now.
Okay.
I grew the business really large. I spent a lot of time in the Far East, in China and in Malaysia.
Okay.
So we used to import and we used to wholesale as well.
Okay.
We had 5 branches sort of in the Midlands, and we had some branches down south. That was when I was younger. I've come back to just one really large branch now and doing it online, because I've got my attention is divided into all the other things I do.
Sure. So your large retail store, is it a retail store?
Yes.
Is in Derby.
It's in Derby.
And you got a warehouse connected to the back of it, so you sell it online as well.
Yeah, so we've got a really large retail showroom in the middle of Derby.
Okay, well, are we talking 5,000 square feet, or talking 25,000 square feet or bigger?
I think it's split over 2 floors with 10,000 square foot.
Fantastic.
DFW Furniture and Flooring, people would have seen us about.
Okay.
25 years of trading.
Brilliant.
We do some really, really good furniture and flooring. That's now like a side hustle for me.
So can I just jump in there? So if you are interested in getting into retail from a careers point of view,
Yeah.
they could reach out to you and ask you.
Yeah, retail has changed, and you need to change with the times. Just with the property investing, it's all online. A lot of it's all online. But I definitely guide you.
Okay, super. Let's move on to the investment side.
Yes.
So property.
It's what excites me.
Okay. Is it commercial or domestic?
We've got some commercial properties and we've got some domestic properties. We've got some really large projects on the go at the minute. We started off really small. My dad had 3 houses in Kent. And when we moved to Derby, I started with 1. So we started with a block of apartments,
Nice.
six, and we brought more, and we brought more, and then we started to build them, convert buildings.
So when you say the building, is that what developed the construction side of the business?
Yes, so we construct.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to get builders in when you've got the knowledge of how to do it, and you can guide your workers or your team to construct to the standard that you want to construct to.
Yeah.
Standard is important.
So let's just sit on the property investment side. Again, today, if somebody wants to get into investment, is that what you're helping them with?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the framework or the building blocks to say, if you want to get into this career path, this is the stand block. So
Correct.
what are the 3 steps, or what?
You hit the nail on the head. 3 most important things starting out in this. Very first person you go and talk to is a very good accountant. You make your accountant your friend. He's the person that's going to design your limited company or your business. Second person you'll need is a really good mortgage advisor. He's a person that's going to make you money. If he gives you a good deal on your mortgages, it's happy days. And then you need to look after them deals, maintain them deals. Third person is a very good solicitor. He's the one that keeps the deals alive that you've made in person. So at auction or places like that, he's the one that makes it happen at the end, he or she. So yeah, three main people in your business. If you're going to set up, first thing is to speak to an accountant. They design your business. You do not design your company. They design your directors, your shareholders, your tax frame. how big you want to go. That's the most important thing. You need a good accountant's advice.
I'm just going to segue to something else, because we did the same careers fair a couple of weeks back in Bradford, and on the back of that we're in Derby today. And what feels like is missing from all of the exhibitors here is like a entrepreneur stand, like a business stand, as opposed to just getting a job and moving into a career.
We've got that table. So on our table is property investment, and then you've got business on the other side. So you've got Mr. Singh's and Vishak. So between all three of us, we could bang our heads together.
We've got to get Baji over here. I saw him walk past Mr. Singh's.
He's very shy.
I know.
And I'm going to lure him over with some samosa.
He kind of smiled and waved at me and carried on walking away.
If we hang some pakodi in front of his nose and
not even pizza.
He gets to eat pizza every day. I'm sure it's samosa and pakodi.
Awesome. So yeah, just getting back on track. So absolutely, we need to get Baji on here as well. So getting back to it, the 3 steps, get the 3 people around you because they're going to help design the business. And then the elephant in the room is, surely you need capital. You need
capital.
So if you don't have capital, it's a non-starter.
So if you're starting with one property, for example, your first property is 200,000, you need 25% of that.
Yeah.
So you can get 75%.
50 grand. You need 50 grand.
Loan to value, buy-to-let mortgages.
Yeah.
Then you need your solicitor's fees and your stamp duty. And you roll in, you go in. If you've got more money, so there's people out there, that even myself, I've gone out and brought properties cash. I just go and buy them, design them. And
is that a good idea?
To start with, if you've got the money, why not? Not a bad idea.
Isn't it? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. One way is to pay cash, then you've got an asset.
Yeah.
The other way is to pay a minimum deposit and go into negative equity.
So what you actually do, so if you've got the freedom of doing it, if you buy a property cash and then you carve that property up into X amount of flats.
HMOs, that kind of thing.
Right, so one of my projects at the minute, I've got 2 very large projects. So the one I'm working on currently is a very big farm. It's right in the middle of Derby, right opposite Royal Derby Hospital. So we've got 15 acres of land and the main farmhouse. We're at stage 1. Stage 1 is the main house is getting carved up into 6 apartments, luxury apartments, and they've got 12 bedrooms, all en suite. Second phase is, and we're currently working on that because we can. So when you drive in, you've got 7.5 acres of land to the right and 7.5 on the left. 7.5 acres are looking for planning permission, either industrial units or housing. Now the council's indicated for housing, which is brilliant. And we're looking at about 80 to 90 houses.
Wow.
So there's stages that we're going to get at, and it's an investment that started at 1.5 million. We're looking to grow this investment to probably 10 million plus.
Awesome.
But there's so much you can do. Awesome. And then we've got another project that we start in the spring. It's a commercial property I've owned for a long, long time. And we rent it out currently, but the lease comes to an end at the end of this year. We've got planning permission for conversion into 22 apartments. So hence why we've gone into construction. We've got our own team of builders.
Awesome.
I'd like to add that I couldn't have done this without my dad. My dad's 76 and he's still very active in the business.
I love that.
Day to day. There's not a trick that he don't know about building. He was actually a mechanic. He's a mechanic.
Okay.
He started off as a mechanic, but he got into this as a side hustle when he was young, and he's picked up so many different things, which is great because I learned so much practically from him. And that knowledge is key. You cannot run a business without knowing how the structure works.
Of course. You must get this a lot because I get it a lot. You must get a lot of people coming into you go, is that your dad? Oh, I couldn't work with my dad.
Yeah.
You must get that.
Oh, you get that all the time.
I get it. I run a family business as well. I run. My dad's in the office. That's my son here today.
Oh, okay.
And my wife's in the business as well.
What do you guys do?
Video marketing.
Okay.
This is our business, BOXmedia.
Wicked.
We make campaigns. We deliver campaigns for companies, UK-wide, internationally, across in the US and Europe.
Really good. I can see from your face that you love it.
Oh, we do, absolutely. We're
and
passionate.
You've got to love it. Your heart has to be there.
We're passionate about storytelling. Everyone's got a story, and everyone's got a story to tell. But it's just about getting it out of everybody. And but circling back to the dad point, is that when people come into the office and I introduce that's dad. He started the business. People are like, oh, I couldn't work with my dad, and I'm saying, well, that's a shame, because who could. You trust your dad all day long.
We act like brothers. He's 76, and I'd like to say I'm in my late 30s. I'm 40 actually now this year. So I've given the secret out
You've
there.
let the cat out of the bag.
But we still act like brothers.
Awesome.
And even at 76, he still thinks he's 2021.
That's all right.
Outside, you'll see a motorbike as a trike.
No way.
That's my dad's. I've got a nice
Awesome.
car as well. So it's fun.
Brilliant. I love it.
We don't want it to fall. We don't want it to end until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, why not?
So
Why should it?
Yeah.
My dad's still in the business. He's 81, and
They're
people
a
say
different
to him,
generation.
well, they cut from a different piece of cloth. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And everyone says, "Oh, you should have retired," and Dad always says, "Baba Nanak never talked about retirement.
No.
He just talked about kirt karo."
That's the Western world. My dad retired 3 times. I think he was 50 when he retired as a mechanic, and then he's taken step backs in life. He's done so many different jobs in life. He'd been a bus driver in Wolverhampton, where all my dad came from. He worked for Ford's in Dagenham for 22 years or something like that.
Nice.
And then he had his own garage as well in Gravesend. And then he decided to set this furniture business up in Derby with a partner.
Okay.
And then a year later, he brought him out and chucked me in at the deep end.
Nice.
So we've had some fun times. We've had some really, really fun times, and they're continuing. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Jumping back to the construction side, we talked about the 2 other businesses. Let's just touch a bit about the construction. How many people in part of the team? Just to get an idea of scale.
So we've only started this, so we construct things, but probably we've only sort of started this 6 months ago. So you could say we're at the beginning of this year.
You're in your infancy.
Yes. The team at the minute is we've got 6 workers, and then there's me and my dad running it as well. So
Okay.
we're going to
Okay.
grow that. To the end of this year, we'll have a team of 10.
Okay.
We're not really interested in taking jobs on as such, because we
Okay.
construct our own projects.
You're
But there
busy
is
with your
times
own,
that to
yeah.
keep the staff busy.
Maintenance.
Well, there's a lot of maintenance on the
Loads.
apartments.
Yeah.
That we do take the odd jobs on as well, just to keep the workflow going for them. But we're not interested in that. That's not our hustle.
Okay. We could speak for the rest of the hour on lots of things.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you one thing, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
This is more business related as opposed to career related, but cash flow is the life and death of any business. How do you manage that? What's your secret sauce to other business people?
You got to hustle. So you can't. You got to move with the times. You can't just rely on the one thing. So that's why I've kept with the retail.
Yeah.
And then we've got the lettings.
Diversification. Yeah.
And then we've got the developments. If you think you can just do one and you can be lazy and this, that, and the other, no. There's no such thing. It's Sunday today. I went home at 11 from the Gurdwara yesterday. Went to bed at 12 because I was just doing all my paperwork and stuff for this. And this morning, back up at 5, 6 o'clock. We've got guys working today doing maintenance. So I've gone and seen them as well as getting here. It's a commitment.
It's non-stop. It's 8 days a week.
It's 8 days a week, and it depends. It depends how dedicated you are. You're a business owner. You know.
Sure.
You know what it takes.
Yeah.
But the people that thrive,
yeah.
you can tell. You can tell that the amount of work they put in.
Yeah.
It's not all happy days. You see the happy days on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't look like this in the week. I'm not covered in dust, and you know what I mean, wearing boots. And
the way
I love it.
The way, well, I can tell you of it. I can feel the passion as well. The way I describe it is it's a roller coaster at the best of times.
Yeah.
Ups and downs.
You got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. It's just simple. It's not always going to stay good.
Yeah.
There's times out there it's going to feel rough.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it feels like you're working against the world. But
yeah.
there's times like today you feel at the top of your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen, lovely speaking to you. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and your business journey. For everybody who's watching, everybody who's listening, and for the people that haven't actually connected with you yet, I hope they do speak to you. If they've got any questions, they can leave them in the comments and reach out to either us, Pavit, Rajdeep, the organisers, and circle back to you. Again, just for everybody listening, just say your full name and the name of the company.
So we're at DFW Group. My full name is Bhagwinder Singh. People know me by Baggy or Bob Singh. And it's been a pleasure talking to yourself. And we've got Amandeep Singh approaching us right now, so it'd be a cue for you to grab him.
Absolutely. Let's get Aman now, and let's get him on the chair.
He's trying to sneak past.
I know, pretending that he didn't acknowledge us.
Okay.
Nice one.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So we're having some really great conversations with lots of different business people. Yeah, of course you can join us. Put the headphones on. You might want to tighten that headphones a little bit. Is it nice and comfortable?
Yeah.
You can hear me? What's your name?
My name's Gurdeep Singh.
And how old are you?
I'm 11.
Wow, fantastic. And what brings you here? Why have you come to the Careers Fair at 11 years old?
Because like I'm kind of want to be a doctor,
Very good.
but I want to like see like different. I was thinking like see what different like maybe like I find something new that is like interesting for me, and so I was like I'll have a look around and see. So yeah.
Fantastic. And who have you come with today?
I came with my dad, but I think he's in the Gurdwara.
He's in the Gurdwara. Okay, fantastic. And have you spoken to anybody yet?
Yeah, I've spoken to I think everyone now.
Okay, so you've been right round and
Yeah.
you spoke to all the stalls. And
Yeah.
and what's your what have you learned?
So what I've learned, one thing is that if you're going to do like CPR, yeah, they have machines for them, which I didn't actually know they had one. So you don't have to do it manually. They have a machine that you can turn on and power that will do the CPR compressions for you.
Wow, that's awesome. Even I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Brilliant. So, as well as everybody that's coming, we've got this live podcast and this is live on YouTube
Yeah.
now. So that even afterwards, people can watch this and get an appreciation of all of the organizations that have come and learn from you as well of what your experience is like. And it sounds like it's been a really good, positive
Yeah.
experience. So do you think you'll have a career as a doctor going forwards?
Probably, but I'm not really sure of like what to do in medicine. I don't know if I want to do surgeries. Brain, different parts of the body. So I'm not really sure what I want to do in like as being a doctor. Don't know if I want to work as like a nurse maybe, or like a surgery or a hospital.
Well, it feels like from everything you're saying, it does feel like that you want to be in the medical field.
Yeah.
It also does feel like that you want to help people. Yeah. So what I would say is carry on focusing on studies, carry on focusing on
Yeah.
speaking to as many people as you can to appreciate what their career is like.
Yeah.
And I think you'll find your way. I think naturally the right path will fall in front of you as long as you stay
Yeah.
focused on studying hard.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, lovely speaking to you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Alright, bye.
Bye. So what an amazing day. We're a good few, come join us. We're a good hour and a half. What's the time, 12:30? Just doing a time check. 12:30. We've spoken to lots of organizations, lots of businesses, lots of people that are attending the Careers Fair here in Derby. It's still a really buzzing atmosphere, and we've got another guest. I'm just going to give the mic over.
Hanji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka
My
Khalsa,
name
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh
my
ji.
name is Jujar Singh. I'm a senior leader in education. I've been a head teacher, deputy head teacher in a secondary school, and I've been a safeguarding lead and head of SEND for the local council as well. I've done a number of roles in education. Being one of the only senior leaders in Derby who's a Sikh Amritari, I feel quite proud with that. And I was just saying to your colleague 5 minutes ago, I attend quite a few meetings where I meet with head teachers, deputy head teachers from schools around Derby and Derbyshire. And in that room, I'm the only Sikh who's Amritari or who's wearing a turban. And it feels quite proud and daunting as well, because you have to sort of make sure you are credible, you're trustworthy, you're honest, you are holding yourself to your Sikh faith, the values and the vision, and doing a good job. So I wanted to talk to you about how our young people can go into leadership teams and develop their leadership skills to basically run big institutions. Yeah.
Biji, firstly, thank you for giving us an introduction on your background and what you do. It's great to know that you are leading in a space where we need more youngsters, we need more people to fill that gap. I'm a trustee at a primary school in Leeds.
Brilliant.
Primley Wood Primary, which is under the mat of Nishkam.
Yes.
I'm a trustee there.
Yeah.
And there's not enough sevadars, there's not enough people that are moving into this space. So tell me, what inspired you to do this?
I think, it's rooted to Sikh faith, so working hard, working hard, being honest, being credible. And when I came into teaching first 20 years ago, 21 years ago, it was just by fluke I came to teaching. I was working for a company and I wanted to do something different. I came into teaching, and then because I was quite hardworking, honest, credible, I progressed into sort of middle leadership teams. And then an opportunity came to be an interim head teacher when my head teacher went off, and the governors and the trustees came to me, would you like to do this job for 1 year or to see how you feel about it, etc. And it was quite daunting, but then I did ardas to Guruji, that Guruji, this is the opportunity you've given to me. You have selected me from hundreds of people, 70, 80 staff members, you've selected me to run a school. I want you to put your hand on my head, that I will do a good job. And I gave in, I said, yes, I will do it. I did it for 1 year. I was working like non-stop for 60, 70 hours a week. Did a really good job. Ofsted came, we had good Ofsted, and that gave me a buzz that I can do something different. I can bring a change around where you don't see many Asians being in a senior leadership team. I think the main thing which encouraged me to progress into the leadership team was that there are not many Sikhs in senior leadership team. If you go around schools in the country, you will hardly find any Sikhs as deputy head teachers, or even assistant head teachers. They'll progress to teaching roles, but then they will leave. And
I'm going to just jump in there. Sorry to interrupt. There's two things that I've observed. I agree with you.
Yeah.
There's not many Sikhs in that senior role, especially Amritari.
Yes.
And even generally in leadership. So how do we encourage two things? Leadership, it doesn't matter, you could be in a corporate environment, but how do we encourage leadership in our community? And then how do we encourage the people in education to really break through some glass ceilings?
I think it's developed. I was talking to your colleague here. This needs to start in the gurdwaras and home, building self-resilience, coping skills, self-esteem, problem-solving skills. Because whenever you go into leadership role, regardless of which leadership role you do, it will test you on resilience, self-esteem, it will test you on your coping skills, self-esteem, problem-solving, negotiation skills, team-building skills, being honest, being credible. I think those softer skills we need to start working in the gurdwaras and in the home. Gurdwara should not just be preaching Sikh faith, it should be also conversing about how do you develop your self-esteem?
Can I just jump in? But tell me, Bhai Sahib, you'll be more well-versed than even me.
Yeah.
Doesn't Gurbani talk about all of these things? About self-esteem, about dispute resolution, about understanding how to have ekta, whether it's amongst generations, amongst colleagues, doesn't Gurbani talk to us?
I think the main problem is understanding.
Absolutely.
Understanding. So you can read Gurbani, okay, but if you don't understand, it's going to go over your head. And this is where Gurdwaras are missing a drink.
Absolutely.
So if you want to explain something about Gurbani, give a real example.
100%. Give context.
Yeah, give a real example, real life scenario. So for example, this is what Gurbani is saying about self-esteem or confidence. This is an example from real history. When Baba Bandar Singh Bahadur, he faced so many Mughals, he didn't give up, he had resilience, he had confidence, he had courage, he had self-esteem, he had coping skills. Under that adversity, he had coping skills.
Absolutely.
So this is a real example. And this is, I'll give you an example of this. This is when I became the head, and the first day I went into the school, I went to the reception door, it was quite daunting for me, and my mind was saying, I can't do this, this is going to be quite tough. And then I remembered the same thing. I remembered that if our gurus and our role models, they can live under adversity, they can come out shining, then why can't I do it? Why can't I
100%,
do it? And this is what we need to explain to the kids.
Absolutely.
You know, you need
but
to.
even our own peers, not even just children. But you're right. I 100% agree with you. Have you seen the film Mastane?
I have seen it, yeah.
Don't you think that's such a beautiful story of the Sikh psyche?
Yeah, yeah.
And we, the wider community, we don't seem to really embrace.
No, we don't. I think the main issue which I've found is that never giving up. Okay, never giving up is built in our genes, and this has come from our history, from our forefathers, and we don't give up under adversity. And this is what we need to teach the kids here. That's in the jobs as well. In jobs, you'll find challenging. There are days I find it really challenging. Okay, I go to work at 6 o'clock, come back at 7, and I'm thinking, I can't do this. It's too hard. It's too hard because one problem after another problem comes.
You're problem solving all the time.
Yeah, all the time you're problem solving. But then you start thinking overall that what's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is that I want to ensure my school progresses to a good standard. It's giving good values, good vision, good teaching to the young kids. But then also I'm projecting myself as a Sikh role model. I don't want to be seen as giving up. You know, that's what we need to teach to the kids. Life is easy when you give up. Okay, life is difficult when you don't give up. And this is where I think our kids in Gurdwaras, they need to learn to develop resilience, coping skills. Coping is the main thing. Because I find there are days when my colleagues will say, oh, you've had a tough day today. We know you've had a tough day. We don't know how you do it, okay? Because we can't cope with this kind of adversity. Parents are complaining, or somebody's complaining, or you have Ofsted or you have governors complaining, or somebody's happened. You know, there are loads of problems. Yeah, but then you have to sort of think back, calm down, reflect, okay, and prioritize, isn't it? And this is where we need to teach these softer skills to the kids.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm just going to touch on one other point as well. I think the word failure is, we need to spend some more time to embrace it, because I think the connotation at the moment is too negative, and failure should be seen as a positive.
Failure is a positive because you learn from it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I've failed in things. This is I do a number of things I've done. I've failed, but then it's disheartening at first.
Of course.
You feel down. You feel I can't do it. You feel demotivated, but then you find another way. And this is where the problem-solving skills
100%.
will come to you. You know,
Absolutely.
problem-solving under stress, under distress, and this needs to come from not just your community, from the Gurdwara as well. I think Gurdwaras need to play and I'm saying to Rajdeep as well, Gurdwaras need to play a vital role in this. It shouldn't be just, Katha, Kirtan, okay, it should be building those softer skills for our kids.
Someone said to me, not just about the Gurdwara, but it relates to the Gurdwara, but it also relates to school, it relates to work. If you go to the same place more than 3 times and you don't come away with learning something new, there's something wrong. Then
yes, yeah.
Would you agree?
And this is why Gurdwara is, we are digressing, sorry, to a different topic. But Gurdwaras, in the society today, everybody takes feedback. Schools, we take feedback from pupils, from parents. Why shouldn't Gurdwaras take feedback? They should take feedback. What's working well, what's not working well. What I wanted to say, another thing was, in schools, I find our pupils are being targeted a lot. This is a different topic which we need to discuss, I think. Whether that's due to their different, how they are looking, okay, different the faith, their religious beliefs, etc. And this is where families need to also develop their skills, the resilience, to ensure they're able to converse with. What is happening now is, if something is going on in schools, half of the students will not talk to the parents, okay? So I have experienced this.
I agree. No, I was going to say, I think there's a lack of confidence.
They will not talk to parents because they will feel, parents will say, oh, another problem, why don't you solve it yourself? I don't want to know, okay, I haven't got time.
Sadly.
And this is what's happening, where I've worked with a number of kids who stop going to school, okay?
Really?
They've stopped going to school because of anxiety, because of mental health needs, and that's happening in our society as well. Unheard of before 5 years ago. If 5 years ago somebody said to me, in Sikh community, young kids from the age of 18 to 14 are suffering with anxiety and mental health needs, I would be saying, no, it's not. But now I'm seeing in Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire,
really,
a lot of kids are either truanting, not going to school,
how sad.
because of their mental health needs, anxiety. And this is also another thing which gurdwaras and families need to do. So as parents, we need to have a dialogue with them every day.
Absolutely.
How was your school? What did you do today?
Anju.
Did you have any problem? My daughter has just started university recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She goes to University of Warwick. So it's quite sort of daunting going from Derby to Warwick. And she's been she's grown up in a nurturing environment. And she was saying, oh, I don't have any friends at the moment, etc. And I said to her, it will take time.
Of course.
It will take, but at least what we feel comfortable with is that she's talking to us.
Absolutely.
And that's what you need to
What's
have.
she studying?
She's studying PPL, politics, philosophy and law.
Oh, wow.
Which is quite sort of good, unique subject,
Of course.
unique area.
It's good. Warwick's a good university.
Well, it's good university.
Absolutely.
But I think because she's got that confidence with myself and my wife, she will converse with us. You know, this is what she's finding difficult. And we say to her, this is a challenge.
Yeah.
You will face that challenge. We faced it. Okay, but we are here to support you.
Absolutely.
We are here to support you.
Yeah.
We're here to listen to you. And that's where, as parents, a listening conversation needs to happen every day, I think, with children.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bhai Sahab, I've really enjoyed that conversation.
Thank you very much.
Just before you do go, for obviously everybody here that's connected with you is great, but everybody online, you know, they can leave a message and we can circle back to you with regards to if they should get involved with education.
Yes.
And if you want to get involved with education or leadership, you know, ask the questions on YouTube. This is live on YouTube.
Okay.
And then we can circle them back to you. Is that okay?
Yes, fine. So basically, this is a message for everybody. I think more and more Sikhs should go into in there.
That one. Of course.
Too many cameras.
Yeah.
So Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, message for all the community. I think more and more Sikhs should go into the education system as teachers or middle leaders or senior leaders, because this is where you will make a difference. When you go into the school and when you see that you've made a difference, the buzz you will get out of that is sort of huge. Okay, I know it's, you know, sometimes it's about commitment, time, hours, money, etc. But this is where you will make difference. And I feel educating young kids is also seva. You're giving them, imparting them knowledge, but you're also showing to them, you as a Sikh, are firm in your faith, you're basically projecting your religion there. So if anybody's got any, you know, burning questions about how to go into education system, what kind of skills you need, we've talked to Bhai Sahab about resilience, confidence, self-esteem, coping, problem solving, negotiation skills, you know, leading a team, what kind of skills you need, whether that's education or non-education field. I'm happy to answer those questions, happy to sort of coach somebody. I've coached a number of people in my education journey into senior leadership roles, developing those softer skills and those harder skills. And I'm happy to support, assist, if anybody wants to come into the education field. Thank
you very much.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you.
Yeah. So we've had the afternoon's action-packed. It's non-stop. What an amazing set of conversations we've had today. Sorry, I'm just putting the microphones down. Lots of energy, lots of passion. It's great to hear, great to feel the passion that people have in careers. And come take a seat. Are you jumping on? Oh, awesome. I'll let him get seated and then you take over. Just put the headphones high. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah. Oh, awesome. Good. Just get nice and comfortable with headphones.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just going to let Pavitra take over. Okay? Take care. Perfect. Nice to meet you anyway.
Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Thank you for joining us today at this careers fair. Do you want to introduce yourself? Your name, what you do?
So I'm Jagdeep Dosanjh. I'm a pharmacist by trade. I'm also a small business owner. So I've been a pharmacist for 20 years now, and been blessed to have that pathway. And it wasn't always easy, and it was quite difficult to start off with getting in there. And then as things have progressed, we started our own pharmacy and we kind of moved forward with that. But it's been a really interesting career path, and I'm really happy to be here today to share some of the learnings I've had and hopefully to get some of the younger people understanding how pathways can change and what they need to do to try and adjust themselves, I suppose.
Absolutely fantastic, and it's a real privilege to have you here as well, Baji. Honestly, really dedicated to having people like yourself here, showcasing what you're doing. But let's go right to the start. Why pharmacy? What drew you to pharmacy? Was it, from very young age, you saw someone at the pharmacy and thought, that's for me? Or was it something that later developed?
My mum told me to do it. No. She did, but it was good advice. So realistically, I was one of those kids who was a little bit lost. So semi-clever, not very clever. Also not always on the right path. But I was someone who had the ability, but I wasn't honing it. And I think my parents saw that in me. My mum especially, particularly, she was like, okay, right, you need direction. So she said, right, do this. And I thought, well, she's normally spot on with what she says, so I know when to take good advice. And I said, okay, right, let me figure it out. And I was always good at science. At school, that's where I got decent grades. And then I thought, okay, right, this probably could work. And I got my A-level results, and they were terrible. I think I got a C, an E, and a U or something after 2 years of doing A-levels. And I thought, oh gosh, this isn't going to work. And I was ready to go off to university and do, I don't know, microbiology, anything I could get into. That's the truth. I was ready to go onto any course I could get into. But again, my mum gave me Swansla and that advice to just hold on a second, do an extra year, see where it gets you. And after the end of that year, I got, I think, A, B, and 2 C's or something. So I kind of changed those grades around. And then I got into really good university and got the chance to do pharmacy. And that was, for me, a big thing. I was also had people who showed adversity at those points where they said, oh, you probably won't be able to do it. So is that the career path you've chosen? Oh, you might not be able to do that. And that gave me a lot of, I suppose, resistance and wanting to prove people wrong, which really helped me get the grades and really helped me propel me. And then from then on, my career path pretty much was university. And the good thing about pharmacy as a profession is it's very structured. So you do 4 years at university, you do a year in practice, and I worked really hard in the summers to try and get placements. And I then started a career path with Boots afterwards. And I did a few years with Boots and got on their management program. So then I was managing a few sites quite early on because I quite enjoyed people and leadership and those types of things. But I soon realised that path wasn't necessarily for me. There was a lot of pressure, I hadn't been exposed to other things, and I wanted to explore. So I then went off and worked independently. Stop me if I'm rambling on here too much as well. Yeah.
It's really inspiring to hear about some of the messages there as well. One is, okay, you may be mischievous or, up to no good, or like any child would be, right? But you had the blessing of acknowledging that the power of taking advice and being able to decide from good advice and bad advice. And I think one thing that I'd always want to encourage is whenever someone gives you advice, at whatever level, whether it's your parents, your grandparents, senior relatives, or people within the community, it may not always resonate with you at the time, but it's taking it, accepting it, and perhaps learning to draw upon it when you need it.
Yeah.
It may not be the advice that resonates with you at that point,
yeah,
but there may come a time when. And I look at this even in my career, there's certain times when people have said to me, and I thought, that's crazy. Why would I do that? That doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
And then 10 years down the line, you're thinking, that's why they said it.
Yeah.
Actually, had I taken it then, I would have developed so much. But actually, if I take it on now and learn now, I can go on further.
100%. And my mum says that she's like, Salah is a major thing. So having someone who's going to give you advice and give you space, and actually qualifying that person is really important. So is that person got my interests at heart? Are they someone who's going to usher me in the right way? And the truth is, in life, there's a very few of those people you'll come across. And I've come across them professionally, personally, but yeah, absolutely. And there was a point at which, in my career, then I did this, and everything seemed really good on the trajectory, but actually I took my own advice. I looked at myself and I thought, well, can I see myself carrying on this career path? And I couldn't find myself in Boots' structure there, and I didn't really know. Again, I was a bit lost, didn't really know where I wanted to go, so I took time out. So I went off, and there's something in pharmacy you can locum, you can kind of work self-employed and just go around different places and find where you fit. And I did that for about 1.5 years, and it was great because I went into really bad places, I went into really good places. I spoke to lots of different people, but it's also quite lonely. So professionally, you're by yourself. So I found I needed sangat, like you do in the Gurdwara, you need people around you, and I needed to reach out to those people. So I then did, at that time, I then invested about £3,500 in extra study. So we can do something called a clinical diploma. And I always say to this day that was the best £3,500 I ever spent, because I invested in myself, I spent it on a diploma, which meant I met lots of other professionals, and I learnt something. And I could go away and say, okay, I've done this extra learning. And straight away, pretty much after I was on that path, towards the end of it, I actually got a job I was one of the first few pharmacists working in practices, so GP's practices, and doing a totally different role. And it was because I'd done that diploma and they saw that I'd invested in myself, and I went off and I learned a whole new set of skills, found new people, my Sangat, that I was missing professionally, and worked with GPs, worked with nurses, found a whole different side of pharmacy which I never knew, which was really empowering to me. And actually the most empowering thing I took away was actually spending a bit of money on yourself and taking that risk on yourself. It really sometimes pays off.
Yeah, just to interject there, a couple of things that really stood out for me in your story so far is that, as you said at the start, it's not linear. You know, there's been times when you've gone in this direction and you pulled in this direction and then gone completely different. That's really powerful. You know, it takes a certain amount of, I guess, confidence for that, but it shows that you can do it and the benefits of it as well, the compounded effect of that, of having that mentality, because all of us do sometimes get guilty of being within our comfort zone, and sometimes your career will move at different paces. You know, there'll be certain times where you felt like you've really done radically, and like you say, you've invested in yourself, you put money into a course to upskill, you know, even though then you were relatively well progressed in your career, but you acknowledged and realized that there's an ability to go further, and you have to still keep growing, and that's what your career is about. You know, it's the continuation of your path to keep growing and acknowledging that I want to do something different, you know, and try. And I guess if you don't try, you don't get either.
And that risk is really important, and I think sometimes we get comfortable. Oh, right, okay, the mortgage is paid and everything's okay, it's going along. Why do I want to change that? And sometimes, again, the advice you take around you, people are like, well, hold on a second, why are you doing that? And they might question some of the motives behind it, but making that risk and that step, I think that is something we should embolden a lot of kids to do, and doing it at the right time. So actually, if you do it in the right age gap, I think, between 20s and 30s, and you take those risks, they really pay off. I do believe that they do.
And I think the other thing that really kind of I can relate to and I've seen in my own career path that you've certainly come across is setbacks, and the power of setbacks, and the fact that you have some form of setback, and it might be a personal setback. You're thinking, this isn't working for me, but then how you've rebounded from that and you've really gone on to succeed in other ways is massive as well. Well, you know, one thing sometimes in certain cultures we don't do so well is celebrating failure, because from failure you learn, you grow, you take that next step. Because if you're always succeeding, you think you're succeeding, you can be led down a path that ultimately isn't the best for you. And sometimes when you're making mistakes, that's how you improve.
So that actually chimes in really well with the next part of what happened with me. So I worked in doctors' practices, did that, great. I think I did a couple of years, and then things kind of started to tail off again. I'd learned these new skills, I was with new people, I was focused, but I get bored quickly, I suppose. So I started to tail off a little bit, and then I thought, okay, right, I want to start my own work and start my own business. And then what we did at that point was I had a concept of, okay, right, there's a certain type of pharmacy that I wanted to start, and I actually started ringing up potential clients. So ours was a lot of long-term care, and I had 300 phone calls I did 300, 400, I think it was, phone calls over about 2-week period to see if anyone was interested in my business. And everyone said no. So everyone said, no, not interested. And then after about, I think I got to about 200 and something. And then one lady said, oh yeah, come and meet me for a cup of tea. She was a care home manager, and she said, oh, we could do with a pharmacist like you. So I went out and met her, and that was the reason my business was born. Because actually that lady, after 250 people, she said, yeah, have a cup of tea with me. And then she signed up to a business that didn't exist at that point. So there was no pharmacy, there was nothing that existed. But I said to her, look, this is what I can deliver for you. She said, okay, cool, when you're up and running, I'll sign up. I did another 150 calls, I got 2 more people. So a lot of no's, which were great learning. But at the time, it felt like defeat. But from those 3 customers, we then started up a business which now services over 4,000 patients, and we look after a lot of people. So setbacks are always good.
Absolutely, and I think again, you know, those listeners that are watching from home, just take encouragement from that. The fact that, you know, you have to work hard, and to be fair, until you do work hard and really work hard for something, you don't taste the full worth of it either. It makes it even more special to yourself to have gone through that, worked out how hard it is to establish something like that, and then eventually see it succeed.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, especially in modern society now, we want everything instantly. You know, I'm guilty of it. I'm ordering certainly from certain retailers who can guarantee that it'll be here as quick as possible, right? And the challenge with that, the problem with that is we develop that mindset, and actually not everything works like that. Actually, most of the world doesn't work like that. And those that you see really succeeding have had to persevere.
Yeah.
You know, they really had to push their own internal boundaries as well as other boundaries as well.
100%.
So, no, thank you very much for sharing with us. Honestly,
problem.
there's so much
Pleasure.
from that, and I'm sure we'll speak again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just pop these on. Sorry, you okay?
Yeah, are you okay? Good. Can you hear me? Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, fine.
Hello, thank you for joining us
Hiya.
today. Do you want to just introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what brings you here today.
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Zoe Parks. I'm head teacher at a Carl Primary School in Derby. So we're here today for multiple reasons, really. We're part of this Gurdwara, so we're here to promote for our pupil numbers and to advertise for our new nursery, but also to talk to young students for work experience opportunities, because we deal with a lot of local secondary schools, and also for those at university who are thinking to go into the education field, to advise and guide on which route might be better, and to give them some helpful hints along the way, really. So we're here for multi-faith reasons, really.
That's fantastic. That's really good, because we're really lucky as well to have someone of such a senior position as well here, sharing your time with the community as well, because I think sometimes the challenge from any kind of community can be, who do we ask for the advice and the questions as well, and having this accessibility really, I think, builds the encouragement and the confidence within family members as well, that we're doing the right thing, because one of the things that we're very passionate about with these careers fairs is making it a full family affair, so that, you know, the parents, the grandparents, the uncles, the aunts, everyone's invested in trying to help those in their family.
And we see ourselves as a community school. We're getting our name out there in the community. We're making ourselves accessible. We've got open doors, you know, come and visit us anytime. But I think it's really important what you just said, because a lot of parents are here to support their pupils and their students and children, because they don't really know which avenue, and a few of them have said, oh wow, you're the head teacher, and it's really nice to be able to actually talk to you, because emails, phone calls can get a little bit lost in translation, whereas today I think it's that face-to-face opportunity, and I've been able to say, listen, I was you once and now I'm head teacher, it can happen, and this is the way that I went about it, and I've tried to give them some kind of ideas on how to set themselves aside from the crowd and how to make it easier for them to be employable.
That's fantastic to hear as well, because some of that is we all take confidence from seeing is believing, and actually having that accessibility, seeing someone and raising the question, well, why can't you? If I've done it, why can you not do so as well? It's so inspiring to hear, and fantastic that you actually want to give back in that way as well, because I can imagine with your career, there's so much going on all the time, and you're constantly balancing different objectives, different requirements, and with the whole Ofsted side as well, and the regulation that goes behind it. It's a lot of responsibility there.
Absolutely.
How do you balance that, as an individual as well? How do you keep smiling in such a wonderful way as well?
Actually, I've just had a lady that's a well-being coach for mental health just come in to talk to me, and she was saying, I really feel your energy, you're so smiley, so positive. And I said, naturally, I am that kind of person, but I have to be for my job, because at the end of the day, I'm a role model, not just for the community, but for my staff, for the pupils, for everyone that's involved. And I think if I'm not upbeat and strong, I can't carry everyone else. And so I do have to look after myself. We've just had, for example, a 2-week half term. I've gone away for a week with my family to give my time back to them. Just have to make sure that I eat well, sleep well, take my vitamins. And it sounds really cheesy and cliche, but I was talking to this life coach, and she's quite right in saying, if I don't do that, how can I look after everyone else? So it's really important. And then, because of my positivity and my energy, at the end of the day, I've come into this career for a reason. I want to give back to our pupils, and I want to give pupils, what they deserve in education. And working for Nishcam Schools Trust, it's quite a unique opportunity and a privilege to be a head teacher. Never take it for granted. From when I was a little girl, I always said to my mum and dad, one day I'll be a head teacher. And eventually, through all my hard work and trying and having the right outlook, I've had the opportunity, and I'm very privileged and humbled to be here. It's a really, really lovely event to be at, to talk about that positivity.
No, that's excellent, and it's really nice and inspiring to be able to hear someone who's had that vision and wanted to be and has actually achieved it as well. Because for some it will, and some may not, and for good, often for good reason as well. But it's really nice to have been able to see or speak to someone that has been able to follow that trajectory as well. And how long have you been head teaching for?
So I've been head teacher at a car for almost 3 years now. So I started off working for the Nishcam Schools Trust 7 years ago. Started off at a school in Wolverhampton. As you'll probably tell from my accent, I'm not local to Derby. I am a Wolverhampton born and bred. So I travel to Derby every day. So as well as my head teacher commitment, I travel about 500 miles a week. But you know what? That's for the love of the community and the school. I was seconded here, and it was only meant to be a short-term kind of arrangement. I ended up getting the job and staying, and I absolutely love it. Wouldn't change it. So it's a really, really lovely job to be in.
And with the school and the trust and your history as well, you've been working alongside the Sikh community for a long time, which I guess as well will give a lot of confidence to those families thinking about placing their children in certain roles, because again, it's someone that understands, has that background as well, and often as parents we're thinking about, will our children be in a safe environment first of all, foremost, and then also have they got the tools there to excel and propel further, and have they got the people at senior levels who will be able to support if things don't go right as well. And it sounds like we do have that with this.
I mean, I'm lucky to have worked alongside the executive head, Harmander Dunjal, in Wolverhampton under Nishcam for so many years that I've kind of learnt the tricks of the trade and the skills. And as Nishcam, we are a virtues-led school, so we're faith-inspired, virtues-led, aspiring for excellence. So using our virtues of, for example, trust, humility, love, compassion, it's all about being a better human being. So I think if you are a good human being, really, regardless of what background or faith and religion you come from, then we're here, we're all one. And we're a Sikh school, but that multi-faith ethos is what's threaded through us all, that we all deserve to be in this wonderful place.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your time and your words as well, and it sounds really, really positive what you're doing. Thank you as well for giving back to the community in the way that you do.
Thank you for
and continue dedicated, from travelling all the way from Wolverhampton. I'm going the opposite direction straight after this, so I certainly feel that. But no, absolutely. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you.
Is that good, yeah? Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕ੍ਰੇਜ਼ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਰੋਲ ਕੀ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ
So ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਕੌਰ I'm head of department at University of Derby here but also volunteer here at Singh Sabha Gurdwara so on Sundays we run Punjabi school which has got around 200 children. So, but today I've got a dual role, one to support Punjabi school to come into careers fair, but also from University of Derby to promote young generation. It's one of our outreach events today, how we have organised it.
Fantastic, that's really good as well, and fantastic to see you balancing your job and career and then also giving back to the Sangat as well, which is so important and it's something that we want to encourage. And seeing so many professionals giving back today in their own way, representing their profession, but also their community, and whatever they do is huge as well. And how do you find it in your profession, in your job, balancing your career alongside your Sangat duties and the things that you want to do to give back?
Thank you. I think this is one of the main Sikhis principle, isn't it? That we have to earn our honest living, but then whatever we get, we share it. So not only in terms of financial resources, but also in terms of time. And I was explaining to somebody earlier, a non-Sikh, that they were very curious about how all these things, community events, work in Sikhi. And I was explaining that you can get every professional here, and what they're doing on Sundays, they're giving their time for into community. Balancing it, that was a very right question. I think balance is how we perceive it. Yeah. So if we see, if we want to do something, you will always make time for it. And that's my motto into life. Yes, we all have got a lot of jobs. I've got a very demanding job with more than 50 staff to oversee and 4,000 students into the college. But at the same time, I find that Guru Sahib has given us this duty where we do need to light this candle so that the spark can be initiated into another's. And we can only do it if we can be role model into society. And I don't think, humbly I say, we all can play our little part wherever we are, whatever we are doing. And if we are in education, we need to work into education and inspire others into education. And in Sikhi, the concept is very clear, isn't it? The more you give, the more it comes. So, so it is sharing is the big thing. And the other thing is, I think when you are with a different identity, you do your prachar with your identity as well. So everybody in the university knows, oh yes, there is a Sikh woman with a turban. So it's quite easy in that sense.
And that's the best way, I guess, as well, advertising our community, isn't it? That actually you can, hold in the route that you do, to carry yourself in the way that you do with Sikhi, but then also exceeding and excelling in your career is a fantastic representation that, Sikhi is a big part of your life. It will guide you through. Maharaj will look after your path as long as you have your full bharosa. And when it doesn't happen as well, or it doesn't go the way that you think, there's always a reason behind it.
Yeah.
And that's where the Chardikala mentality comes from. But to hear about your role, managing so many people, managing so many students as well, tell us a little bit about what you do in terms of your day-to-day, your job, what your role is.
Yeah, so I'm head of department at university for midwifery, children's nursing and postgraduate healthcare programs. So I look after non-medical prescribers, advanced clinical practitioners, future generation of midwives. So my role is very varied. My first meeting can be with the National NHS England, and the next minute I may be seeing a student who has done some professional offence or misconduct, etc. And the afternoon may be that where you are awarding students and you're going through that list. So each day is different, but it's very inspiring into the same way. You can never leave your to-do list that you have done everything, but at the next morning you're equally excited to do another list.
Well, there's no opportunity to get bored by the sound of
Not
things.
at all.
There's so
Not
much
at
variety there, and always things to keep you going as well.
Yeah. And I think something which I would like to encourage others to do as well is we all can be so. We all talk a lot about work-related stress and things like that, but if we look at the more we give out, the more the compassion is built, the more you release happy hormones, which helps you to do more. And I feel that, that's the best way. If I can just give a bit of advice, people just think, oh, why are you having a hectic week and then you are busy on Sunday at Gurdwara? But they don't know that this is which is my lifeline to help me to carry on for the next week. Yeah,
It's absolutely true. One thing I think perhaps some people don't quite realize with Seva is that the positive feeling, the positive hormones that you get from it, the feeling that you get for it is indescribable in that sense, and there's elements of my Seva that I enjoy doing more than my job sometimes,
Exactly.
you know, and it's recognizing that and the good mental health support that can give as well. And it's something that you don't realize until you've tried it, you've tasted it, and you want to come back for more as well. And there's various different roles that you can do within the community as well. And so you've got a very, very important role in the Punjabi school.
In addition to that, I played a massive part with Guru Sahib's Kirpa into setting up a Akal Primary School. So where you was speaking to Zoe, our head teacher before. So I have been a pioneer from an idea to take it to Department of Education for getting funding and then setting up a Sikh school. So from last 10 years, that has been really a part of my life. And currently I serve as a vice chair onto that group. Again, I think this is the beauty of Sikh community, which I feel that, if you are into a building work, you try to give your time to build something. If you're in education, you try to give your time. If you're in governance, you try to give your time around that. And I think we should be using our background as our strength rather than as a barrier.
Absolutely. It's using those experiences, the skills that we're developing for greater positivity and greater steps forward and progress that's beyond just our individuals. And often, as Sikhs, our ardas should be, Maharaj, you're giving me these opportunities, these skills, these testing times sometimes, but also the way that I am developing, please develop it in a way that I can give back as well. That it goes, whether it's children, whether it's someone else in the community that can really benefit from it. Because often if we don't share experiences, and I'm sure people listening to your story now and the things that you're doing and things that you've done will hopefully inspire others to think, actually, I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of being a Sikh as well. We're always learning. The fact that you may not have done something so far doesn't mean tomorrow you cannot be different. Every day, every moment that we have, every breath that we have, every sigh that we have is a blessing.
Exactly. And I would really like to say that sometimes we feel that. So I'm not born and brought up here. I was born and brought up in India. I came here 24 years ago. And I was joking into one of the events into Sikhs in Academia. We were just saying into a talk, I was saying, I've never been to school in this country, but I've set up a Sikh faith school. I've not done primary, secondary or anything. I didn't do my nurse training in this country. But I was the first Sikh woman to serve onto Nursing and Midwifery Council for all 4 nations for United Kingdom, which looks after all 8 million nurses and midwives for all the countries. And that was a huge step to work with the regulator for 2 years. But I did it for the pure reason that, yes, if people see a Sikh woman representing at that part, that will inspire others, that will tell others who Sikhs are. So I think wherever we go, we are a pracharak, and it's an opportunity for us to talk about our faith. When people ask about, why you do it in this way, and that's an opportunity which I love to talk about.
Thank you so much. Honestly, feel blessed to have this Sangat today. Really feel like you've got so much that all of us can learn from. And even if it's just taking an element, just a little piece of that positivity, that mindset, the growth mindset. That's what, very resonates in Gore now.
Yeah.
And a lot of communities talk about in professions, but actually it's within our Sikhi. It's what
Guru
we're always
Sahib gave
told.
us that.
Yep.
Guru Sahib gave us that. Jithe marji hage apni chaddi kala ch rehna, hai na? And that's the mindset which you are talking about now. The whole world started talking about positive affirmations now. Guru Sahib gave us into 15th century.
Absolutely. And the more that we understand that and we learn that and we embrace and take that upon us is really going to help us, positively improve our trajectory as well as individuals, but also as a community as well. But thank you so much.
Thank you for your seva too.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Good to meet you.
Really good. Thank you.
I'm good, thank you, Hayden.
Very good. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Derby Careers Fair. It's absolutely fantastic to have you here, and thank you for dedicating your time to it. Please just spend a couple of minutes just to tell us who you are, what you do, what your professional career is, and how you've got there.
Absolutely. So my name is Indy Singh, and I'm in the cybersecurity field, and I've sort of got here organically, really. So I left school at 16, which is around 20 years ago. I did a couple of IT apprenticeships. And as you can imagine, from 20 years ago, IT apprenticeships now, they've sort of grown massively, they've matured. There's a proper framework and structure in place for IT apprenticeships. And I think from doing IT apprenticeships and maybe looking at more the infrastructure side of like servers and networks, cybersecurity started to come into a bit more of an important role. And I think with that, I had a real sort of desire to move into that field. It was something that interested me. To be honest, I see my job as like I'm getting paid for a hobby. And because of that, I sort of, it helps me massively from a mental point of view. I don't see it draining. I see it quite challenging. My day is quite varied from different things. So I've been in cybersecurity now for around 12 years. Thoroughly enjoyed my time there. And, it's become a field that's massively, massively important now. Everything now is becoming more and more digital. People are downloading applications, they're subscribing to websites, putting their information in. For consumers like us, we want to make sure that our data is secure, and with that, we're needed, right? So, purely because of from a cyber threat point of view. Now, cyber threat is on the up, and that's become a bit more apparent now with AI. How easy it is for maybe your script kiddie, your sort of inexperienced people to maybe try and carry out an attack. And so these AI tools can help them sort of perform that as well. AI has massive benefits for cybersecurity also as well, so it's not just seen as AI being negative, there's also positive use for AI. One of the from a threat landscape point of view, recently we've had a cyber attack for JLR that we've seen in the news. Now, it's not an organisation I work for, but we always keep up to date with the threat intelligence news that we get from everywhere, because it's a learning for everyone. So JLR have suffered that, but that could have been anyone. It could have been any small to medium-sized business. It could have been large enterprise organisations, which happens. So no one's perfect, and it's all about learning from it. It's around recovering from it, and again, it's ensuring that people like you and I who use these services have our sort of security of data in mind.
I absolutely love your story as well, because it's helping me reflect upon my career choice, and I'm kicking myself right now because I remember doing a cybersecurity law module at university, and it didn't feel like work. I really, really enjoyed it. But what I think I failed to do at the time was realise how big it was going to be. At the time I was thinking, where am I going to find a job for this? And like you say, it's everywhere now. It is integral to so many businesses, the majority of businesses. You have to have the tools and the skills and the ability to respond and protect yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we look at cybersecurity, I think people immediately think coding. People immediately think it's all technically based, but there's jobs in cybersecurity that aren't technical. So you might have an interest in cybersecurity and feel like I want to join it, but then you might feel, well, actually, I'm not going to fit in because I'm not technical. But there are roles in cyber, around risk management, compliance officer, auditors that you can still serve and help and function. So these areas are massively key to ensuring our services that are provided from an organisational level are protected, and it has sort of the best interest in mind from a consumer level, but also there's almost like it's quite reassuring where you have external auditors come in as well, and being part of an audit process myself where, from a board level it's been commissioned, because we can tell the board everything's perfect, right? But how do they actually determine that from an independent point of view? And that's where your Ernst & Young, your Deloitte, your KPMGs come in, are commissioned, and they'll perform an assessment. And when we aid that assessment and we're going through it and we can see our levels are quite high, it provides assurance. And when we provide the board assurance from that, it's easier then, it gives them comfort, it gives us comfort, but it provides us some more money to put into cybersecurity, because they then get the confidence level that actually these guys are delivering. They want X, Y, and Z to bring us to the next level. How can we do that? And they'll provide us the funding to do that.
It absolutely helps you justify, isn't it, those decision-making processes. And I really like as well how you see and perceive and your perception of the auditing process, because we all can be guilty of not wanting to be in receipt of positive criticism. But actually it's acknowledging that's how you learn, that's how you improve, that's how you can get, like you say, confidence and assurance that you're doing the right things as well.
Yeah.
And it's having that open-minded perspective to it, again, to learn that we're always developing and the world is developing. And certainly in your field, it's changing all the time. And actually sometimes you're learning from mistakes, you know, where it hasn't happened, why has it not happened? So like you say, that the recent attack that has been in the media, one of the things that a lot of people will be doing on the back of that is saying, okay, how do we stop that next time, right? Because actually the people that you're combating against are doing the exact same process, but from the other side, and thinking, okay, so how do I adapt this for the next time?
Yeah, and absolutely, it's key. It's key for us that we continue learning as well. We don't stand still. We need to continue to move. In cyber, the threat changes very quickly. You know, the number one attack type in cyber is phishing attacks, so emails. You know, and they're getting more and more clever. They impersonate websites really good. I can give you a really, really high-level example now is where Microsoft services gets compromised quite a lot in terms of you know, people using their services for malicious intent. So when someone gets a link that looks like Microsoft, but it's actually not Microsoft. It sits on their service, but it impersonates Microsoft. And you're putting your email address and password into it. Actually, what we've seen recently is that that's actually getting passed through to the legitimate sort of, say, Outlook.com website. And as you're passing your information through, it's going into the legitimate website, it's logging you in. It will pass that, oh, this person might have MFA, they might have a notification. So they'll pass that information back to the malicious screen. And then you're entering your MFA code or your details in, and that's passing it back through to the legitimate one. And before you know it, they've entered your email account, they've sort of accessed emails, you know, they're taking all your sensitive information, maybe pictures that you've got in OneDrive. So, you know, it is key that we stay up to date with the cyber threat and how we not just help organisations, but help ourselves, help our families, help our friends, help at events like this. It's fantastic that, you know, as a community, we've got events like this. It's paramount. I think seeing a lot of young children here, you know, unsure, overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, you know, they've come in here and they might take an interest in certain areas. It's fantastic that we've got this on display for everyone.
And it's fantastic to see someone like yourself as well carrying the rope, representing as well a profession which is always going to grow, you know, for the foreseeable future, and it's helping children realise that, parents realise that, wider support networks realise that as well, because we haven't got a lot of people, perhaps nationally or internationally, going into those roles, or certainly not targeting those roles because they don't necessarily believe that they can excel in it. And seeing someone like yourself, hearing from your experiences and what you're doing, really gives that belief as well. And I think the other thing that I wanted to touch upon was your apprenticeship route, because again, that's something relatively new to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You've done it quite a while ago, and it's, you know, the opportunities have only grown profoundly from that as well, in terms of availability and structure.
Absolutely.
And how more positively impactful they can be as well.
Yeah.
So just tell us, you know, how did you take the courage to do that, and how did you find it?
So, honestly speaking, and this is, everyone's has their own view on it, I didn't like the mainstream educational route. I think it's not probably fit for purpose for everyone. I think taking your GCSEs in the way that we take them, I don't think it's right either. I think there's too much too quick in a short period of time. I didn't really see myself being at university. Luckily, there was no family pressure to send me to university, as some may feel and have. But it was just trying to find something right. So early on, you know, finding an IT apprenticeship, level 1, level 2, going through the whole generic way into IT, actually proved dividend, you know, of my learning coming into cyber as well. It's funny you mentioned apprenticeships actually, because when I've sort of on our area, I've been sort of highlighting that more and more, is that, you know, you can do an IT apprenticeship for cybersecurity. You don't need to go to college, go to uni, get a degree. So someone that, someone that hires, you know, someone experienced, I don't tend to look at, oh, they've got a degree and we should bump them up. I look at the experience, how they are as an individual. I think that carries more weight. Someone that's new in a junior or graduate role, I look at their sort of personality. Do they have the drive? Do they have the willingness? Do they have the initiative? Everything else it can be taught. So, you know, there's more to a field than maybe going to university. It's a family decision. It depends on the individual. I think we're in a world now where there's a lot of options. We don't necessarily need to do that everyone's doing as well. So it's something to take note.
Absolutely, and I think it's really important the message that you give there, that university or further education in that particular route isn't for everyone else, and it's not the best way for everyone to apply themselves in the best way as well. And it's part of the reason why we have these events like this is educating people that there are other routes, because you clearly are a very good problem solver. You're very passionate about trying to fix things, and you know what kind of course is going to perhaps enable you to do that. But one thing that I do notice for the apprenticeship schemes that I've seen through people is that they're almost sometimes better prepared for the working role, because they've developed so many soft skills that you don't necessarily do so at school from a very young age. So when you get to 24, 25, you've got so much experience already, and then sometimes the challenge can be for those that have gone through the university route is that they've got really good academic experience, but then not much practical experience, and they're having to try to play catch up.
They are, yeah. We have seen that as well, where you know academically they're quite switched on, but when it comes to experience, it's hard for them to apply that, and then they're sort of learning it again twice. But in a different way that maybe fits that organisation, or with a bit more like a real sort of world experience as well.
And I think the thing to take from that message is that be open-minded to it all. You know, really do embrace it, and you know, realise there are different routes and different ways of doing it. But thank you so much, Paddy, for taking your time.
Just one more thing before I do go is that with cyber, we are seeing that there's a lot of jobs, but not enough people. So it is a field that requires people. So
there's a huge demand on it. You know, the work that I do as well. There's all talk about data centers and capturing all that. And all of that is going to be backed by cyber security. So and when there's demand and demand outstrips supply, there's positives there for the individual as well. So well done, Singh. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh. It's a good dog.
I know. Yeah, all good. Call him, man. Let's keep watching for
people in.
Absolutely. There's that Rolls Royce. Okay. He's next.
Is there a left and a right?
Angie, it's all the same. You can hear me, yeah?
Just playing it.
Oh, wow.
You can hear me, yeah? It's quite immersive, isn't it? This way.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear my own voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like the sound of that.
We'll very quickly get used to it.
Oh, we're live, yes.
And we're live, absolutely. So, obviously, I know who you are in the business, but for everyone who's watching online live as well, what's your name and what's the business?
My name's Amandeep Singh, and I'm one of the co-founders of Mr. Singh's Pizza.
The infamous Mr. Singh's Pizza. I've got to ask the question, is it pineapple on your pizza?
Always. Pineapple with chilies. Pineapple with chilies.
Nice mix.
Nice contrast there.
Absolutely. So, we're at the Careers Fair today in Derby, and what a great turnout.
It's amazing. I came here with no expectations, really, and I was blown away when I walked in at not just the attendance, but the variety of stall holders and careers, and the people here that are giving up their time. And there's such a breadth of expertise and professions here. It's a wonderful event.
Absolutely, it's a huge mix of Eco Seeks to Midland Seva Group to NHS Aeon Energy Group. So we've got some corporates here, we've got some Seva groups here as well. And I think it's a great opportunity just to have them conversations that, as a youngster, that sometimes we don't have the opportunity to speak to a wide variety of people, and that's what we need.
Definitely. I think coming here and talking to some of the people here, I'm from a generation where it was very boxed off what you were going to do. You went to school, you did your A-levels, you found one of the traditional degrees, accountancy, medicine, law, and you went into one of the professions, and that's what your family sort of had pinned their hopes on.
I'm just going to jump in there. So was that your career path? You went to school, uni and job?
Yeah. So, went to uni, graduated in computer science and worked in IT for about a decade.
Which uni, out of curiosity?
I started in Leeds but graduated in Birmingham. I had to transfer. I had to transfer after the first year.
Was it Leeds Met or Leeds Uni?
Leeds Met. The poor brother.
The poor one.
Yeah, the poor brother. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. And then, so remind me, what was that degree in?
Computer science and business information systems.
And then what did you do after that?
I just went into IT. I worked for an American automotive company.
Okay.
Started unboxing laptops and installing Windows 95.
You know, there's a whole profession of unboxing now on YouTube that you can earn loads of money on. Isn't it crazy how times have changed?
So it was starting up at the bottom and moving up to sort of management role by the time I left. And I enjoyed it, but I wasn't passionate about it.
So let's fast forward. So from IT, unboxing PCs and doing all of that IT work, where did Sing's Pizzas come from?
So I think if I said there was some sort of strategy behind it or a big life plan, that's a massive lie. Even now when I look back on it, all of it's been either, whether you call it fate or Maharaj has, preordained this sort of this path or this line. It's because there has never been a plan to be where I am right now. I've always been a massive foodie. I enjoy eating, but I enjoy finding different foods and different cuisines. And I met my business partner. I'd known him for a long time, and I approached him once I left IT. I had a young family, and I approached him just if he was interested in working together, and he said, yeah, we've not looked back since. The plan was always just to have a restaurant there that was almost like a passion and a hobby, and to go back into IT, but it's just grown to something which I'm very grateful for and has connected me with lots of wonderful people.
So just to get a scale, just get some context, how many franchises have we got currently, and where are they spread geographically?
So we've got 5 locations. Actually, only one of them is a franchise store. The 4 are in-house. They're our own stores. Predominantly in the Midlands. We've got 3 in the Midlands. We've got Birmingham, West Bromwich and Wolverhampton. And then we've got 1 in West London, Hounslow. And then 1 on the other side of London, in Gants Hill, just on the central line. So yeah, there's 5 stores we've got.
So circling back to the Careers Fair today, in what capacity are you here today?
I'm here to learn. I've learned so much today, talking to some of the stall holders, talking to yourself, and talking to the people here about what their aspirations are and what they want. So predominantly I'm here to learn, and it's been a fabulous experience. It's been a really good experience.
Well, that's very generous of you to say that. But what have you come to give then? Because you can't just. It's got to be a two-way street.
Well, I was asked to come and talk about what it's like to be a businessman and an entrepreneur, but I'm not a businessman.
Obviously, I'd beg to differ, but
yeah, no, I'm not a businessman. I never set out to have a business of my own. Like I said, I'm very grateful that we have what we have right now, and I think maybe the term businessman needs to be redefined if you want to discuss that. Whereas me and my business partner, we're both people before we are money people, and I think that's the key to why Mr. Singh's has got to where it has. And yeah, that's why I don't think I'm a businessman.
I totally get that, and I think it's a humble approach, and I think it's and there's nothing wrong with that. I see it through a slightly different lens with regards to take a step back, and Mr. Singh's Pizza is a brand. People recognize it. People travel far and wide. You're speaking to him all the way from Leeds, all the way to Birmingham to have a Singh's Pizza. And I think there's a lot for somebody from the outside would love to understand the story, the challenges, the wins that you've made over that journey to get to where you are now. So, and I think it's okay in this day and age to be humble, a people's person, and still grow a business, and still serve people, and stay humble, as opposed to this so-called entrepreneur. I'm in control. I'm driving this business forwards, thinking about money, money, money. That's definitely not the case.
Yeah, it's that has its place, and there's plenty of people out there who have been very successful doing that. But I wouldn't be true to myself if that's how I tried to be. So one of the first messages is be true to yourself, which is a given, and it's the passion that comes through. So Mr. Singh's is primarily a food place. People come there to eat, but we always talk about the food is important, but more important are the people that are there and the people that come through the door. And unless you're a people person, it wouldn't be the success it is today. And I come from a place where I think there are a lot of businesses out there, and there's a lot of businesses historically, whether we look at Cadbury's or some of the other Quaker businesses where people were centric to what they did. And there are other companies out there that do that right now as well, whether we look at Timpson's, whether we look at John Lewis, where the employees are part of the ownership model, where people are put right at the front and center of what they're doing. And that's part of, when we look at a business and look at profit, loss, there needs to be some sort of social responsibility ledger that we have of what are we taking from our community, whether that's our residents, where our locations are, whether that's our customers, whether that's our people that are working to grow the business, whether that's in a positive or a negative balance. And that's something we consciously do, and we're consciously aware of as we run a business and in our decision-making process of, okay, it's not all about how can we turn over this target this year or how can we hit this level of profit. It's, well, how does that impact on our social responsibility as well?
I love that, because it's a different set of KPIs. I think the KPIs is broader than just profit, loss, and then margins. It's a different set of KPIs that you're bringing into the mix. Baji, lovely speaking to you.
It's been brilliant.
It's a pleasure. It's always great to see you, and it's great to see you giving back in these spaces as well. Just for everybody who's watching online as well, if there's any questions that people have got around entrepreneurship, about business, about retail, all of that good stuff, ask the questions in the comments, put them in there, and then either we'll circle back to Amandeep Singh, or we'll try to answer them the best we can, but through Pavitra, through myself, we'll get them questions to you. But thanks again.
And thank you so much to BOXmedia as well. It's brilliant.
A big
Thank
shout.
you.
Thank you. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So the afternoon carries on. We've got a mix of different businesses, organizations. I was talking earlier on that we seem to lack the space to talk about entrepreneurship, the space to talk about business. and Amandeep, definitely fills that gap there with regards to talking about business and talking about entrepreneurship. So if there's any people out there that are looking to get into business, then, ask the questions, leave a comment below, and then let's see how we can help you on that journey as well. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Fateh. How are you doing, buddy? You good?
Excellent, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really good. First ever podcast I've done in it, so really looking forward to this. Yeah.
Well, hopefully first time for everything.
And
what's your name? And I've got a gist of what you do, but Fairby, tell us what's your name and what you do.
For sure. So basically, my name is Shivam Singh. I'm in the British Army as a medic in that way. I've been in the army for about 6 years, so about 6 years in that way, awesome, with Waheguru's Kirpa, and it's going really well at the moment actually, and and there's many more years to come for it in that way, Hanji.
You know what's beautiful to firstly, congratulations, and what I was gonna just move straight onto is beautiful to see is, we can get a career or a job or run a business in any industry, in any vertical, in any kind of space. But Kaivari, there's a bit of hesitation, a bit of shanka, a bit of hesitation is probably the best way. That doubts that as a Sikh, with my dastar, with my dada, 100%. Can I get that job? Can I do 100%. What I'm passionate deep down inside? And it's beautiful to see your living proof 100%. Of whether it's the army, whether we're in media, whether all the things and singlies that we've spoke to 100%. Today, whether you're running a business, whether you're in law, It doesn't matter.
100%, bro. And so basically, when it comes to that, in the army-wise, first thing is, buddy, in the way that being in the army as a Sikh, challenging the hoenga, it will be challenging without a shadow of a doubt. Why? Because the thing is, a Sikh is someone who is unique and distinct in that way. Firstly, completely different way of living.
What does Maharaj say? Niara.
Niara, exactly. Jabla Khalsa Rehne Nirala. Sorry. And then he, and this is why Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, Dashmesh Pita, he's given us this primal, this completely unique look that not everybody has, and the unique way of lifestyle as well that Guru Sahib has given to us in that way. And whilst you're in the British Army in that way, whether being on the base or even on the field as well, it's a completely different form of outlook as well. Doing Nitrim, doing Simran, what Maharaj is telling us to do in that way, it's completely unique in that way, innit, in the lifestyle.
Can I just add? Not only is the outlook different on the outside, but Maharaj has given us a different outlook on the inside.
Exactly, 100%.
And I think, just going on a bit of a personal tangent now,
please.
Don't you think our Sangat and our community, we need to bring probably a bit more focus to that aspect as well?
Absolutely, because the thing is, the game is on the inside as well, innit? Internally about the mind as well, with Waheguruji, connecting to Akal Purakh Waheguru, that supreme power. That's what we want to do as well, innit? In that way.
With more and more challenges about anxiety, low self-esteem, mental health problems. It's like we need to put more bharosa in Maharaj.
The thing is, buddy, is that the more bharosa we do have in the Guru, who is the true Guru, firstly, who is the greatest of the great, Gyana Dhyan Kich Karamana Jana, Saran Janatari, Sabte Vadda, Sat Guru Nanak Janakara Rakhi Meri. When we have true bharosa in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj and Akal Purakh Waheguru, then you realize that most of the things and your worries will already not become worries after, and it will all get sorted itself. Because why? Because the Guru is firstly Mehraban Sahib Mehraban. When it comes to Guru Sahib, that he never puts me in any danger in that way, innit? Danger me kade bhi kade never, and he always taking care of me throughout my body's still intact, not a single injury, nothing. Because the reason is because of having faith and having love for Guru Granth Sahib Ji, even in the most challenging of the challenges I've ever been through, innit, man, it's crazy, man.
That's awesome. You're living proof.
Yeah, man. And the Guru does care, man. The Guru loves. He's always with you. And what does Maharaj say? Guru mere sang sada hai nale. And it's a living, true statement that is from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, So
100%. Coming back to the careers fair, I think it's once again really inspirational to see yourself on the other side of the table. So when youngsters come on to look at different opportunities, what can I do? So,
when it comes to this, in that sense, where the army, buddy, for me personally, is more of a young man's game in that way. Because the thing is, buddy, like when you're young, buddy, when you're about 18, 19, 20, 21, you're not married. Firstly, you're doing your education in that way. You got a life of freedom in that way, innit? You're not doing much in that way. But the thing is, when you get married and all that, then that's when the extra duties,
responsibilities,
as you said, it all starts to come and kick in that way, innit? You know what I mean? And that's why when it comes to this, buddy, it's more of a young man's game. Do as much as you can whilst you're young. Go out, travel, everything you want to do whilst you're young, because it's better. When you get married, you got the extra responsibility, then you got to look after the kids in that way. I'm only 24 anyways. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Lagda nahi.
Buddy, exactly. You know what I mean? So honestly, man, it's crazy. But it's a good lifestyle, man. More independence, in that way.
Fantastic. Listen, it's been lovely speaking to you. It's great inspiration. Great to meet you in person. Love the conversation. I hope everybody who's watching online, in other places as well, can take inspiration from you as well.
Absolutely.
That if Virji can do it, then you can do it as well. It doesn't matter if you're a singer or a singini. Don't have any glass ceilings.
No, exactly.
Think outside of the box.
Think
from inside the heart.
That's it.
And Maharaj will be with you.
100%. And he is always with you, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
Angsang.
And Angsang, yeah, exactly. And the thing is, all we got to do is, the more we connect to the Guru, reading Gurbani, doing the Simran Wa, Guru, remembering Waheguruji, then I can assure you, man, that he will come and take care. He never leaves. Guru never leaves you, man. He never leaves you hanging. Anybody that comes to the Guru Kar, they will never ever be left empty-handed. Never, man.
I love that.
And I've even been in some crazy positions as well. And I've came to the Guru Ghat and somehow I end up leaving much better in that way.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but it works.
It works.
You know what I mean?
Maharaj has
So-
got his hat on you.
He has, man. He
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
And the thing is, you know, Paddy, the thing is, there will be challenges. You know, there will be these games and these things that will come, tough moments in that way.
Of course.
But this is just a test in it, you know, just see, okay, is this guy really my thing? Is he going to really be with me? I might let go of him just for a second. Let me see what he's going to do. Is he going to come back? That's what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? So the Guru is always with you and always rest assured in that, yeah? Anyway,
I love it. Waheguru Ji
Ka
Ka
Khalsa,
Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Awesome, that's great. Yeah, so again, some great inspiring stories, lots of great people to talk about. And we've got now Paisab. I'm just going to give him the headphones. We've got Paisab from Rolls Royce. Paisab, you can hear me okay? Hanji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Waheguru Ji, if you could tell us your name and in what capacity you're here with and which organization today?
My name is Amarpreet Singh Bedi, and I'm here to.
Microphone थोड़ी लागे. Hanji.
I'm here to make youngsters aware of the career opportunities in Rolls-Royce, and I work in Rolls-Royce. I have been working in Rolls-Royce for 34 years now as a stress engineer.
So, for everyone that doesn't know, the head office for Rolls-Royce is in Derby, and stress engineer. That's your role. Awesome. So tell me more about that. What does that entail?
What it means is that before the parts are designed, we have to predict their life. And we get the life expectancy from like Boeing or Airbus to say, okay, you're providing us with the engine. How long is going to last basically in service? And it's like your car. You don't want your car to break down every now and then. You want all your car running smoothly for as long as you want. So that's what we do. We predict the life, and if we find that life is not meeting the target, we redesign the part to improve the life.
So this isn't about maintenance. This is about right at the beginning of the life cycle of that part to make sure the longevity of that part stays as consistent and robust as possible.
Correct. Yeah.
Can you give me an example of stress testing and give me an example, a use case?
On the Trent engines.
Yes.
And also previous engines.
Haji.
When you design a new engine, it's always a problem. You can't design it to 100% perfection. So when we start running the engine in service,
Haji, no, it's all right, carry on. Haji.
Then we find out which parts need improvement in design. So basically, as an example, one of the casing in the engine was cracking in service, which is serious.
Of course.
And all the engineers, they got together, how we can improve this. First thing is to understand why part is failing. It could be temperature, it could be load, it could be something else. So in many cases, we have been able to solve the problems, fix the issue, and airlines are happy.
It's really interesting because it's about creative thinking, it's about teamwork, and it's about, I suppose, an element of physics, maths, and all of that good stuff as well.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of physics, a lot of science, chemistry, because the parts are very simple. Car engine parts and the aero engine parts are entirely different. There are different metals used, which are supposed to be more tolerant to the temperatures. Because you can imagine the car engine operates at around 600 degrees Celsius.
Sure.
But the aero engine operates at 1100 degrees Celsius,
Wow.
double the temperature.
Double the temperature.
So the parts have to be special metal, and we have parts made up of single crystal material. They are very expensive to make, but that's what we have to use.
You have to use them.
Have to use them.
So looking at today's careers fairs, what's have you had lots of good conversations with youngsters or people looking for careers and giving, and are they interested in the engineering side of it or that side? What was your reflection been of today's careers fair?
I think this has been a fantastic response, and there are a lot of people who are interested in joining engineering, and we have been able to guide them. There are opportunities coming in near future, one in January, one in February.
Okay.
So a lot of people have taken the detail. We have asked them to apply for it.
Very good.
Because the number of people interested outweigh the vacancies, right? So they have to be really, really prompt. Apply for it. As soon as they get the response back from Rolls-Royce, this is the date this event is going to happen. They need to just jump in.
Okay, fantastic. So let's extend that to everybody who's watching this online as well. So if anybody's interested in becoming an engineer, or is it broader?
It can be anything.
Okay, any career.
Yeah, Rolls-Royce is a vast company.
Okay.
You can take career of like being in the management.
Okay, management.
Engineering. Or you can do planning, or you can do the maintenance job. So there's a lot of career opportunities. You can be a software engineer as well, because the engine is controlled with the ECU, as you understand.
Of course.
Electronic control unit, engine control unit.
Engine, yeah.
So for that you have to do programming.
So are you looking for university leavers, or are you looking for A-level leavers, or both?
It's both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who's leaving school, A-levels, leaving university, that are interested to maybe find a career at Rolls-Royce, they can reach out to you, Rolls-Royce. Is there a careers page?
There's a careers page which we are telling people to scan the barcode.
Okay. Do we have one close? We can show it on the...
Not right now, but I can get one.
Okay, you can get that. That's great. Yeah.
But you scan the metrics. Barcode.
Yep.
And it takes you to the page which gives you all the details of the opportunities available.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, please share that so we can share it with everybody online as well.
Sure.
And if anyone's got any questions about Rolls-Royce, about becoming an engineer or exploring them career paths, then leave a message and we can get them details across to you. And Paisabji will be delighted to share any other answers to your questions.
Yes.
ठीक है जी?
Yeah.
Thank you, ji.
Okay, thank you. Khalsa.
So as the day carries on, we've got lots of people that are, talking and promoting different career paths, different organizations, businesses. So it doesn't matter where you are. And I think the biggest takeaway I've had from today is just network, just talk to people. The more people you talk to, you're going to have a better opportunity to connect with and start to find where is your path going to fall. Hi Benji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Can you tell us your name and what organization you're here on behalf of?
My name is Gurgaran Gaur and I'm the councillor for Normanton Ward in Derby, and I'm here with Derby City Council today. We've got some people here from our neighbourhoods team, and we've also got some people here from our Public Protection Officer team who are looking to recruit some new Public Protection Officers.
Wow, fantastic. It's nice to see that you're a councillor.
Thank you.
It's a bit different.
Thank you.
Good. No, normally everyone shies away from politics, but I always kind of like say, well, what did Guru Hargobind Sahib bring to the whole Meeri Peeri point of view?
Absolutely.
So I'm delighted to see in you playing a role in that place.
Thanks.
What do you think of today's careers fair?
Absolutely amazing, and I think it's so needed with the kind of cases and the kind of young people that I talk to in the community, especially in Normanton Ward, which is a deprived community in the city of Derby. The opportunities are scarce, and sometimes young people perhaps don't know where to go or where to seek them out, especially with the impact of COVID. I think we're seeing a lot of social isolation amongst kids, especially amongst upbringing kids, so events like this are absolutely crucial to make sure that young people can make good informed decisions and actually talk to people like them, see people like them in all these fields, and realise that there is a space for me if I want to do it.
It's so good to hear that and that you recognise that as well. We're from Leeds, we're not from Derby.
Yeah.
And in different capacity, we try to engage with, you could say, outside of our normalcy community, external bodies, councillors, the council, the police, the NHS, etc., etc. And what we find consistently is a lack of religious literacy, a lack of cultural literacy, and it's going from bad to worse. If I think about 25 years ago or 50 years ago when our folks came into the country, and I think it's 2025 now, and we still have stories of a Buzurg going into the hospital and getting told, why have you got a dagger on? And they don't recognize it's a kirpan. And I could share a number of other similar stories like that's happened. Are we becoming more ignorant? Are we becoming more self-centered? Is the Sikh community becoming less confident to talk about who we are? Are we being, what's the word? It's missing me at the moment, but are we just lacking confidence?
I think it's probably a whole mix of those things. We have a tendency, perhaps, because we kind of become competitive against each other in our community sometimes. From my experience, that's what I've noticed.
Apologetic was the word I was looking
yes.
for. We become apologetic that I am what I am. Why should we be apologetic?
Absolutely. So sometimes I think parents want the best for their kids, and then they can sometimes, oh yeah, my child's done this, but we have less of, actually, look, my child's managed to do something amazing. Here's how your child could possibly look into this too. And we have less of that in our community. So sometimes we have the tendency to just work within the community ourselves and not reach out to the wider community. So as a counsellor, I think I've definitely noticed that sometimes we can almost, with the best intentions, end up actually segregating ourselves a little bit. So we need, events like these are really, really important. We've got people from all networks here. And as a counsellor, that's always one of my aims, is to reach out to people from different community centres, from different places of worship. A while ago, we set up an employment event at one of the local schools, a little bit similar to this, to invite young people in and say, look, you can get summer jobs, and here's how you can write your CV. And yeah, I think our Uppity community, we definitely sometimes don't help each other in the way that we should, and there's so much generational difference. I mean, my parents weren't born and brought up here. They couldn't help me write a personal statement or fill out an application or attend an interview or anything like that. I had to kind of work those things out myself. But then you have second generation kids who do end up receiving that help. And so there's a lot of variety, and I think we need to kind of come together and make sure that we're helping one another.
So I love that with regards to coming together. And I suppose you're being proactive of doing that. You're getting yourself out there saying, I'm here. And if you've got any questions, so for people that are here today, I know you spoke to them, but for people that are online as well and watching this, where can they find you? If they've got questions to ask or support that they're looking for or gaps to fill, where can they find you from?
You can find me on the Derby City Council website to start with, but actually you can find me in and around in the community as well.
Okay.
So in Marj Gurba for the last 10 years, I've had the opportunity to teach the keeping class at this Gurdwara.
Very good.
So still continuing on doing that, and I think a lot of the young people here today, you watch them growing up, and now they're looking for jobs. So it's absolutely brilliant to see that. So on the council website, it's the best thing, good and God, you'll find me. But especially if you live in Normanton Ward or if you live in Derby, and you're just looking to get involved in something, you're looking to fill your CV with something, you don't want to find yourself in an interview and you have nothing to talk about. You want to get involved, build a community profile. Do join us, and whether it's through the Gurdwara, we've got Gurdwara in the Gurdwara gym, we've got the National Sikh Museum, we've got so much facility in Derby for young people to get involved, but sometimes it does take that first step to actually reach out and say hello to somebody and introduce yourself, and someone will pick you up, someone will absorb you into their team, and there'll be a space for you, I'm sure.
I love that. And I think for them people that are slightly hesitant, have a bit of udam, have a bit of get up and go, take some initiative, reach out to Penji. And, if you're stuck, you need some experience, you want to get onto the career ladder, you don't know where to go, but you need that first bit of experience. Just get in touch with Penji. There's lots of things. I've spoken to lots of people around. Suki Penji behind us, she's doing martial arts and keep fit for ladies at the Gurdwara. I met lots of other business people as well, just here to support everyone. I think the thing that people forget is people are helpful and want to be helpful. Yeah. You just got to ask the question.
Absolutely.
Lovely speaking to you, Penji.
Lovely to speak to you.
Take care.
Waheguru Ji
Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I think it's, again, one of the big takeaways for me has been, ask the question. Don't be shy. Just 1 minute. Anji ji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. How are you, Singh?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Karanjot Singh from here.
Karanjot Singh.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're from Rolls-Royce?
Yeah, Rolls-Royce.
Okay, what do you do there?
Software engineering degree apprenticeship.
Awesome. Good, good. And degree apprenticeship. So did you go there after your A-levels?
Yeah, so I did my A-levels and then went to Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm still there. I'm in my third year right now.
Brilliant. Good, good. And outside that, what else do you do? What else interests you?
I do quite a lot of sports. I do football, sprinting, and I go gym quite a lot.
Okay, and you're interested in media and what we have set up here as well? Does that interest you as well? Or
the hardware side, kind of, a little bit.
All right, super. I'll give you a quick rundown of that. Then I'll ask you some questions about your career journey and what it's been like today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse the cough. I've suddenly started coughing all of a sudden. So today we're doing a live podcast. People are watching this live on YouTube as well, so we can extend the reach of everybody who can't make it here today. We've got 3 Blackmagic 4K cameras. The middle one, which is like a 2-shot with me and you. The one on the right, which is just of you. The one on the left, which is just of me. We've got a technician video, a switcher at the back there. So he's controlling all the cameras. So as we're talking and you and me talk, he can switch between cameras. Obviously, we've got the microphones and the headphones. This is just so that the rest of the noise doesn't disturb us. We can be more immersive and we can have a conversation without the distraction. It all goes into the ATEM, where Damanbir is doing all the switching. That goes into the laptop. From there, that streams directly live onto YouTube. The audio goes through a mixer, so it all then gets all channeled back to the laptop and goes out as a live stream.
Okay,
I think, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Any other questions on that side?
No.
Okay, awesome. So anybody who's interested, a career at Rolls-Royce, if there are A-levels or at university, what advice have you got based on your experience?
So I would say if you want to go into Rolls-Royce, you need to know why you want to go there. So for example, what your interests are. And what you can bring to the company, because that's the main thing that they want. And you have to look at the values of Rolls-Royce. So they have 4 values, and you try to align yourself to them, and then show that you're actually capable of doing that. For example, for software engineering, I had to show that I was capable of doing problem solving. Because we work as a big team. There's big teams, like for example 30 people in a team, and you've got to be able to communicate very well, do presentations and do code reviews, for example, and you've got to work well in a team. So those kind of things. And then you've got to have goals outside of, they don't want to see you as a person, they want to see like what you can add to the company. For example, if you do sports outside, you have team working skills from there as well. So you can add stuff from outside as well.
That's fantastic. So I suppose in some positive encouragement to anybody watching is, if that sounds exciting to you, get in touch with Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
But the key thing is that they're interested in you as a person.
Yeah.
Not just a job, but you as, from a holistic point of view.
Yeah, so that's what apprenticeships are good for, because you come in as a newbie, you would say, and then you grow your skills, and then because it's a 4-year apprenticeship, you go through a lot of iterations of you learning something, you get it wrong, and then you improve on it. And that's, as the years keep on going, you develop more skills, and then they invest so much money into you that they're going to want to hire you at the end, so you get a job in the end as well.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Baji, thanks for spending some time with us, talking to us. I wish you continued success.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody who's watching and listening as well, take some encouragement of Baji. If you're interested, apply for work at Rolls-Royce, and it sounds like a good opportunity.
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you. Again, lots of great people talking about different things, career opportunities. Ask the question, talk to people. Is probably the biggest takeaway for today. What's your name?
My name is Kartar Singh.
Kartar Singh, nice to meet you. And how old are you?
I am 11.
11. And what do you make of today's careers fair?
It's really nice. Like you get to see what jobs are happening around England, and then through that you can choose what job you want to be when you're older.
Absolutely. And what job do you want to do when you're older?
Software developing or going down the media line.
Down the media line, okay, fantastic. So let's talk about software. What kind of software thing, what appeals to you about software development?
Like like you code software, and in the future people use it and they're satisfied with using it.
Just bring your microphone a bit closer to your mouth. Yeah.
So like when people are satisfied with it, you get this feeling that yes, people are using my software and people like it.
That's awesome. And from a media point of view, what's appealing about that from a media point of view?
Like I was always interested of filming, like camera software, like all the like filming stuff, how people like how they stream and all that stuff.
Have you done that before?
Yes.
You have?
I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, awesome. What's the channel called?
Kartar Singh Derby.
Kartar Singh Derby.
Yes.
Ah, excellent. Good. I'll check it out afterwards. Well, fantastic. Listen, Kartar Singh, I wish you all the best. Sorry, there's one more thing to talk about. Sorry. He wants to... Sorry, 1 minute. Do you want to know a bit more about our setup?
Yes.
Oh, right. Of course I can, yeah. So I'll give you a quick overview. We've got 3 cameras. The 4K Blackmagic cameras. That's a wide... Yeah, Blackmagic cameras. Wide camera there. A single on me, a single on you. That goes into the ATEM, so we can switch between cameras. The microphones go into the mixer and then go into the ATEM, so we can hear each other. And then we're more immersed in our conversation. We have a nice big softbox here, so it's lit well and looks nice. And then that goes, this is like streaming live on YouTube, so that people can watch and see this live.
So if there's a lighting problem, so there's lighting coming from the back.
Yeah.
Is there anything that can fix the lighting problem?
So, great question. You can. Sometimes you can't fix it, and you have to just deal with it. Otherwise, when we make a film, we use what is called a flag to flag off the light. So the easiest thing to do is, can you move the camera in a different position so the light doesn't affect you? If you can't, can you flag that light off so the light doesn't affect you? They would be the 2 things to do. Is that all right? Well, listen, I wish you continued success. Best of luck, whichever way you go, whether it's the software development route or the media route. If there's anything we can do to help you from the media point of view, just reach out to us. I'll follow your channel and subscribe. And we're BOXmedia TV, and this is also being streamed at the Gurdwara YouTube channel and Seek Futures as well. Okay? Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I think the conversation as well as with organizations, I'm getting tangled up here, is all about encouraging youngsters to explore things outside of the box. What else can people do, which is not just your everyday job, not just, nothing wrong with being a doctor, nothing wrong with being a solicitor, but, the careers or the job opportunities today are beyond what are the traditional jobs available. We're just having a headphone malfunction problem here. We're getting it sorted. We're getting there. You might want to make it a bit... Can you hear me? Yes. Good. We were having a bit of a headphone issue there, weren't we?
We did, yes.
What's your name and where you're from?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru Ji
Fateh.
Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
My name's Harmandeep Kaur.
Nice to meet you, Harmandeep Kaur.
Nice to meet you too.
And which organisation are you
I'm
representing?
from Montrose Solicitors, but we are here on behalf of Sikhs in law as well.
Ah, nice. What area of law do you specialise in?
Immigration.
Immigration. Okay, good stuff. So, you know what? We were in a bit of a dilemma. Just going on a slight personal story here. Met this great guy from London, got him into Leeds, our businesses in Leeds, and we wanted him to work with us. His visa runs out literally weeks away. We don't have a license, and then we have to apply for him to... we've just run out of time. Any advice?
Well, you can apply for a sponsor license and you can do priority service. With that, you can actually get a sponsor license within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, if all the paperwork is perfectly fine. Then
Big if, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, people still get it. It's not a problem, yeah.
Okay, so we can get a license within 2 weeks, but then doesn't he have to make the application?
He does. It depends when is his visa running out?
16th.
16th off?
This month.
Well, there's still ways.
Really?
Yeah, there are still ways.
Okay, so what I've been led to believe is if he tells the immigration department or his visa department that he wants to apply to, he has a letter from us of is it intent? a job opportunity, job letter,
yeah.
job offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using that, he can then extend his stay indefinitely till our license
you get
comes
the
through.
license,
Till we
yeah.
get the license. Sorry, I'm thinking on the fly
It's
here.
okay, don't worry, don't worry.
Till we get the license.
Yeah.
And then once we've got the license, we can go through the process.
Yeah.
And then if we're successful on the license and then the offer,
Yeah.
he can still stay?
Yes, he can. So what happens is if his visa runs out on the 16th, you need to get a good solicitor first, obviously. You can contact me, by the way. So what you get...
We're already talking.
I'm actually a trainee solicitor. I'm not qualified, but I deal with all the cases anyway, under supervision, that is. So we can still deal with it. It's not a problem. He can put in other applications in order for him to stay, so he doesn't overstay. And then we can apply for your sponsor license.
So the advice we got today, and we'll jump back to the careers very second, was the advice we've had today is from us legal, from our solicitor and from our accountant to say, if we had 12 weeks, we'd be in a better position because we're going to pay a bit of a surcharge.
Yeah.
Because we are a small business.
Yeah.
And we run the risk of if we don't get the license or they want to do an audit, that delays time.
Of course.
And especially if we're not successful, we would have spent a load of money.
Yeah.
And it's just wasted.
Yeah.
Had we been 12 weeks, had we had the lead time of 12 weeks, we
Yeah.
would have been in a better position. We wouldn't have had to fast track it. We could have gone through the processes at a more efficient cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything's stacked up against us at the moment.
It is, but like I said, just give me a call and I will help. Don't worry about it.
I love it. I love it. All right, super. Anyway, circling back to today's careers fair.
Yeah.
Everyone's wrapping up. Wow, everyone's nearly gone.
We are just here.
How's the day been for you?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was so much better than what I expected. And this is actually my first careers event. I didn't even used to go to careers fair when I was at school.
So tell me about your career path. School, A-levels, university, or different?
So I did take the traditional route. So I went to school, then went college, then university. But I didn't get into law up until 3 years ago. I didn't have no experience. No one was ready to give me the experience. I tried so many firms and chambers. I wanted to be a barrister originally.
Isn't that, sorry, I'm going to just jump in. Isn't that a double-edged sword? Because people want... an employer wants an employee with experience, and an employee who doesn't have experience, how do they do that? How do they get the experience when they don't have an opportunity?
See, that's the issue. There will always be someone who will hold your hand. There is always someone out there.
So keep knocking. Keep
yeah.
knocking.
So I was just talking to my fellow peers there as well, and I told them that I actually got rejected by 150 chambers and firms.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I decided, because I was already working as an auditor, so I decided to
I just want to confirm that number, 150.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you can say that I applied to all the chambers and firms in the UK, pretty much, a lot of them. And a lot of them didn't even get back to me. Many of them said, sorry, we can't take you at the moment. And then I decided to just continue being an auditor. And it wasn't until 3 years ago when I got the opportunity and, I took it straight away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if there's anyone for everyone who's listening, the big takeaway is, if you're passionate about something, don't give up. Just keep going and going and going. Yeah,
that is actually true. I'm also doing my SQE, which is the new path to become a solicitor, which is the solicitor's qualification exam. It is very tough. The market is very competitive. But like I said, if it's meant for you, there is always someone who will hold your hand and take you forward.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Benji.
Thank you.
Bye, So we're wrapping up. We're nearly at the end of today's session. I think we've got 1 or 2 more people that are going to join us. I got some cheeky immigration advice there from the lawyer, but circling back to the careers part, we have another guest, two more guests, and then we wrap up, yeah? So, we've had some great advice from an array of different business owners and organizations today. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
What's your name and what organization are you representing today?
My name's Samraj Sundhu and I work for a company called DS Smith. We're a sustainable packaging company, so we do a lot of we do paper and corrugated board. where I work at the moment.
How interesting. And you've been here in the capacity of, recruiting?
No, so I came to speak about engineering and opportunities within engineering. So I studied chemical engineering from an academical background. So I was on a shared stall with somebody that works for Mondelez as well, so Cadbury's. So not just specifically for the company, but just for opportunities within the same academic background.
How interesting. And what's your academic journey been like? Is it school, A-levels, university, job?
Yeah, so for myself it was pretty standard route, school, sixth form, A-levels, university with a year in industry, and then straight into employment after that. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what's the advice or guidance you've got to other people following a similar, maybe not following a similar route, but aspiring to get a similar role as what you're in?
Yeah, well, I think I've been fortunate to get to quite a senior position now, but my advice going forward is you don't have to take the standard approach, and you don't have to do the standard GCSEs, A-level, or your parents tell you to go to university. Like, there's all the routes to get to the same position that I am in, or people more senior than me are in. Some people are more tailored towards apprenticeships rather than degree courses. So I encourage people to base their journey based on their own skill set and what they like.
I think that's really encouraging because there's, as the saying goes, there's more than, 9 ways to skin a cat.
Yes.
So it's really encouraging that you don't have to go down that straight academic route. There's other ways to do it. Think outside the box. And the world is changing. Even though parents might not be fully aware of the different routes, I think it's really encouraging that people like yourself have taken time out to actually share that insight, share that knowledge.
No, it's great, and I think it's been really good to sort of talk to people and give them an insight into careers that they might not completely understand from a young age, and what you can do. Like, it's good, so people might have subjects that they have an interest in, but you can articulate that into something that they can actually do with it, and options for the future, which gives them a bit of an insight and helps you sort of steer someone in a direction they might not know yet.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, listen, thanks for your time. Enjoy the conversation, and wish you continued success.
Okay, thank you very much.
Take care. See you later. So I think we've got one last person, and she's just come to the chair. We've got one last person, and before we wrap up in Derby, it's been a really productive morning, afternoon in Derby around the careers fair. Benji, can you hear me?
I can, yep.
Okay, great stuff. What's the atmosphere been? I know everyone's wrapping up now. It's nearly an empty hall, but how's the morning, afternoon been for you?
It's been a real buzz. Like, I was really concerned, and I didn't think we'd have many people turn out, but like, everyone's been so supportive, really engaged. We've had like a range of people here, like really young kids who were just like doing the school GCSEs and primary school, and then people really interested in apprenticeships and degrees. So I feel like people have really walked away with something, and we've been able to help people as well, which is a great feeling.
It's I think that's the purpose of today. So if we fulfill that objective, then well done. That's great. Remind me, what's the organisation or company you're?
So I work for Aon. I'm an actuary and senior consultant. So I work in corporate pensions.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. So Aon and Rolls-Royce have been two of the large corporates that I've been speaking to today that are really full on with apprenticeships, which is great to hear, great to see. I had, I forget her name, she was here right earlier on. She was, I think, part of your team.
Ravji?
No, Ravji, was there another? She did A-levels and she joined the company, she was working with Aon.
Oh, Sharon
That's
Taggart.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She was an ex-Aon employee.
Yeah. So it was great to hear that story, because there's so many people that actually can't believe that you can, after A-levels, get an apprenticeship and you can get a career path.
Exactly, yeah.
Which I think is it's a great way to get, a stable career and still academically grow and get the degree that you're looking for, and you can earn money on that journey.
Exactly, yeah.
For people that are watching, because for a lot of people that came, which is great, but a lot of people that didn't make it, there's a live stream. Any tips or advice with regards to how they can get into a career path of their choice?
I think use your connections. Like, you'd be surprised about how supportive people actually are. I've been banging on about LinkedIn today, because I think it's really important to build your own brand, and you don't understand the power it actually has. And for me, myself, my parents didn't go to university, so going to university, getting a good degree, getting a job and being a qualified actuary was my goal, and I achieved that. And then after that, I was wondering, I didn't know what to do, and you know, the sky really is the limit. We're really fortunate that there's lots of people in professional jobs, like Punjabi people. We have those role models now. So reach out to people, use your connections. People are always willing to help and support each other.
I couldn't agree with you more, because I think there's a hesitation that people had that, should I ask them? Can I ask them? And absolutely they should. I think you'd be surprised at how helpful people want to be, irrelevant of even being from the same community. Even if they had a Gora Kara or something else, just ask the question. People want to help. I think the world out there isn't as scary and gloomy as sometimes the media and the politics tell us it is.
Exactly.
People do want to help. So if there's anything I've taken away from today, is absolutely build your profile, build your network. I think network is really important. And with regards to having good people around you so you can find your career path.
Exactly, yeah, completely agree with that, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Sorry, I'm just getting a note from my... So yeah, sorry, just a quick note from my technical team behind. So I think, for everybody who's watching as well, build your network. LinkedIn's come up a couple times as well in conversation. So what's your LinkedIn profile name?
It's my name's Karanpreet Sandhu.
Karanpreet Sandhu. So connect with Karanpreet. I'm Rishpal Singh Sogu, so we'll connect as well.
Yep. Happy to help.
Yeah, and if there's any questions you've got for Karanpreet, just reach out, ask the question. And I suppose everyone's here to help and support. And if you've got any questions, any thoughts, any even anxieties, then leave them in the comments below or reach out to the right people, and then we can circle them questions to the right people on our side.
Yep.
Lovely speaking to you.
Thank you, and you.
Take care. Bye. Once again, from Derby, as we wrap on the careers fair, it's been a really productive day. It's been really good. We've had lots of people once again talking about how your network is important, how building your own personal profile is important, and from that point of view, it's about connecting, asking the right questions, and then there are people there to help you. Hi Saab, can you hear me okay? Yeah. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. What's your name and in what capacity are you here today?
My name is Baljit Singh, and I'm here to talk about, I came here to talk about software testing.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I know we're right at the end of the careers fair.
Yeah.
Feels like we're the last people here.
Yeah.
But so tell me about for people that are interested to get into your field.
Yeah.
Hey, what was your academic path and your path into this job role, and what would you recommend to other people that are interested to learn more?
My path was quite traditional, where I did like A-levels, degree into computing, and then came across software testing like randomly actually, by working in different jobs. So it's it's an interesting path, but there's many different like areas within that field really.
So as a testing software, is there any software that we would recognize, or any or is it quite specialist in the field you work in?
I mean, I've traditionally worked in like financial institutions, but anything you see should have been tested. It should have been tested.
Of course.
Whether it's software in the banks, in hospitals, on aeroplanes, or whatever it is, right? It's just
So ironically, was it last Monday or the Monday before? There was an AWS outage.
Yeah.
And that had an impact on a lot of businesses.
It does, yeah. So that shows the importance of testing. Like when you build something, or when it comes to giving it out to the customer, it has a big impact, and then you can't test everything.
Absolutely.
You cannot test everything, so there'll be something that goes. Yeah. And it's about having that backup plan, mitigation.
Yeah. Resilience, backup, infrastructure.
Yeah, for sure.
How interesting. So obviously we're doing a live podcast. This is streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that are watching this that are maybe interested to get into this role.
Yeah.
If you do have questions about software engineering, testing, and that good stuff, then leave them in the comments below, and then we can circle them back to Baji, and we can start a dialogue. But any quick tips or any advice to anybody who's either at the beginning of their journey, or even if they're like mid-40s and they want to have a change of career path?
I think anything's possible. Any career change is possible. don't get fixed into one career. So when I went to uni, I thought I have to do computing, but I came across software testing, and then people came from all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of areas. So it's just about trying to find that thing you're passionate about, you're good about, do what you enjoy, and have a good work-life balance. And then try to excel in your field or whatever that is, whether it's in software or whether it's something else. And don't get fixated on your career because it's not everything. Yeah.
I think there's some great advice there. I think career or business, I always feel like a business should feed your lifestyle, and likewise a career is the same kind of thing. I think a career can be a little bit more forgiving, that it's 9 to 5 or it's a bit more structured. You're at work, you're at home, and as a business owner it can be more challenging, it's a bit more demanding because you're working for your customers instead of for your line manager or for your boss in a career point, in a business, in a work kind of workplace. But yeah, I think the takeaway for me is, your business or your work shouldn't be your lifestyle. It should feed your lifestyle.
I guess it's different ways. If you are passionate about what you do, then it's different. You may be an artist, a musician, and that's all you know. So that's beautiful. Like if you do love what you do, and you have that privilege of doing that, whether you're a sports person, again, a footballer, whatever it is, you can. But there's different ways, and it's all about whether you're doing something you love or not. It's about your internal peace. I think always focus on that. Always focus on your internal peace within and your mind as well, whatever you do.
Great advice. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
I think it's been a fantastic day. We've spoke to so many different business owners, business people in business, people that are recruiting, and people that want jobs. And I think the biggest interesting thing is do something you're passionate about. Do something that you're really interested in. Otherwise, you're just working for the money. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Oh, great. Waheguru Ji Ka
Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. What's your name and what do you do?
I'm Mani Singh. I'm from Derby and I work in the banking industry, more specifically within corporate banking.
Fantastic. I'm Rishpal Singh. Nice to meet you. We have a video marketing agency. We're doing a live podcast now, so we can extend the reach. I know everyone's gone now, but we can extend the reach of everybody who might not have made it today, but they can still capture what people's guidance, support and tips are so they can start their careers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long have you been doing, how long have you been in your career?
So I've been in banking for 16 years now. So yeah, started part-time whilst I was at university, just in the branches, to be honest with you, which was a really great job whilst I was there. And then...
and we're losing them off the high street, aren't we? We're losing them off the high street.
We are losing them off the high street. They are going one by one. It's not me, obviously, that's not my decision. But yeah, I moved into different roles kind of over the years. And yeah, currently set in business and corporate banking. And I help businesses basically try to win loan and debt business and savings businesses. So I kind of assist with that process and that journey.
So which bank do you work with?
So I work for Barclays.
Barclays.
Yeah.
So for someone who wants to fall into that career or in that space, what's your advice? Do you have an apprenticeship route or is it go to university?
There's so many different routes within banking. So we've met various people here today, some that are in early careers, and if they want to come in through like a degree apprenticeship where literally the degree is paid for by the bank, so you're not looking to get into the 30, 40 grand worth of debt that typically a student would get, they can go and do it that way. If they just want to go in and work within the branch network and then kind of work out where they want to go thereafter, they're more than welcome to do that. And again, and in most banks, this isn't just exclusive to Barclays, but they'll look at how they can develop you and pay for your study. If you're a little bit more experienced, or the more traditional route is where you get a degree and then go on a graduate program. Those graduate programs are fantastic because you'll get 3 or 4 rotations in different areas of the bank. And you can kind of decide where you want to go, because half the problem is actually knowing which part of the bank you want to be in, or if it's banking at all. So you get a flavour from different areas of the bank, and you can say, right, that's not quite for me, but I think that is. And I know that particular area of the bank's kind of where I want to be now. So you can then pursue a career once your graduate program ends, and we very, very much encourage to retain our graduates. And again, every bank is like this as well. And I think companies in general would be, or you've got your more experienced hires that typically will get in through experience and I can just apply in the usual channel.
I think you're right. I mean, I've spoken to so many organizations today, and that's absolutely the case, that they want to invest in young talent, and they want to nurture them, and then they want to keep them afterwards, because obviously if they move on, that's a lost investment.
Massively so. And also you look at like political factors, so you've got Brexit, so you've got a lack of talent kind of coming in what we had before. So opportunities, so events like this today, which give you the opportunities to see what's out there. No company would want to lose their kind of talent. They'll kind of go out of their way to attain that talent, develop that talent. And it's a great story, especially if somebody starts from a young age with a company and kind of almost finishes their career there. You kind of think about a job for life, how that used to be there before. It typically isn't there now, but it can be there if if somebody wants to stay within the company and the right opportunities are there for them.
I think it's so interesting, and I think what comes to my mind is a lot of youngsters, when I speak to them, is like, when I ask them, what do you want to do? And I've been pleasantly surprised today, because I've had youngsters come and talk to me, 11-year-olds, saying, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to get into software, I want to get into media, which is really nice. Yeah. But to be honest, they're far and few between. Most youngsters, I don't know. I don't know. And it's like they're so indecisive, and they're like, it's like, well, you try something, and till you try it, you're not going to know if you like it or not.
No, but I just say, look, I'm 36, and sometimes I think I still don't know what I want to do, so never mind the 11, 12-year-olds that are coming through, right? There's a lot of choice now, which can be a really good thing, because it can give people, if they're looking for something a little bit more niche, it's kind of there. But typically, 20, 30 years ago, perhaps that wasn't there. But sometimes too much choice is a hard thing as well. So again, it's about finding different experiences. So events like this today can kind of give you a flavour of what you want to do.
Absolutely.
For the younger children, they can do various work experiences. So if they don't ever consider law, go to a law firm, go do a week or two there, see if you like it, if you don't like it, if there's aspects of it that you like, then maybe you can take that into something else and try various things. And then when you kind of think, right, this is what I want to do, this is what I really enjoy, they'll kind of go down and pursue that opportunity.
Absolutely. I think the consistent takeaway for me, or reflection that I'm hearing again and again, is exactly the advice you just gave, is that if you're sat at school doing GCSEs, A-levels or university, any part you're unsure, just pick out all the jobs that you can think of, whether it's at the NHS, whether it's a law firm, whether it's an accountancy, whether it's in the banks. Just apply to them and say, look, can I do some work experience? Just come in and volunteer. I know that sounds a bit unorthodox in many ways, but go there, try that, and if you like it, then you can ask, what's the career routes and how can you learn more about getting a job there?
Absolutely, and the good thing is, being from a Sikh background, you just have to have faith in Waheguru. When you do that ardas with Waheguru, he'll guide you down the right path anyway, naturally. You just have that faith and everything will come off the back of it. Sometimes we worry too much about, we need to do this, we need to do that, or there's certain expectations. When you place your trust in Waheguru, everything will come off the back of it. We don't need to worry about these things. They're not things to worry about.
Absolutely, nothing to worry about. On that pleasant note, Baji, thank you for your time. Enjoyed the conversation. Again, I can't kind of insist this much for everybody who's watching and listening. Have faith in Waheguru. Maharaj will look after you. It doesn't matter what path you think you want to go on. Maharaj will put you on the path that is meant for you. But, lean on the people around you. Friends, family, sangat, at the Gurdwara, in your local community. Ask the question. Everyone's there to help. No one's going to say, I'm not going to help you. We see a lot of media, a lot of politics saying the world's a mean place. There is, but you know what? They're the minority. I think majority of people, correct me if I'm wrong, are still decent, good people.
Absolutely.
And it's not just Sikhs, the wider community outside. They will help. Ask the question. Say, can I have your advice? Can I buy you a coffee? And get 15 minutes of your time. They probably won't even let you pay for the coffee.
No. There's so many companies that have Sikh networks as well. So within Barclays, we've got a Sikh society. If younger people are reaching out to us, why would we not want to help that person? And if you think about Seva, Sadalvi Seva Bandaya, so that's really good. But for those people that are coming through, they'll repay that favour one day to somebody else as well. So, like you said, within the Gurdwara network, if you just go on a Sunday, look how many people here from so many different backgrounds and businesses and careers, and there's so many people just within our own families and friends that we can lean upon them. Why would somebody not want to help you? Right? It's a massive opportunity. Go out and just try.
Absolutely, go out and try. So as we wrap up in Derby, it's been a great careers fair for everyone that's taken part, all the exhibitors, all the people that attended, the organisers. It's a big thank you to everyone who's been part of that journey coming up to the day, on the day, and obviously post the day. This video is live, so the organisers will share it on the WhatsApp group. I'm sure you're on the WhatsApp group. Please share it amongst your own circles as well. That means other people that didn't make today will get sight of this conversation and all the other conversations we've had as well that will be helpful to somebody out there to start and move forwards in their career. So once again, to everybody involved and you, Baji, thank you for your time, thank you for your effort, and we'll see you at the next big thing.
Okay, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.